All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Unfiltered podcast. We have a brand new panel full of girls. It's going to be a great show. Let's get it.
Oh no. I would have touched you with a fucking stick. Oh, my
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Friday night show. We have a panel of lovely ladies in the building tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Before we get started, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you guys know each and every time we go live. Also, guys, make sure you become a member. To become a member, click our logo, guys, and on the top right, you'll see the join. We have 6 tiers, guys. We have some really cool tiers for you. The lowest tier is only $4.99, guys. So make sure you guys sign up to become a member. Also, guys, in the description, we have the locals. Join the locals to see all the behind-the-scenes contents. That's the kickouts, that's the fights, that's the stripper parties, the yacht parties, everything you guys want to see, all the juicy content. And also, guys, make sure you go to unfilteredpodcast.shop for the new merch, guys. We are placing a new order for merch today. I think we placed it already.
They look so good.
Yeah, we got
they look so good.
Some pink hoodies, some different colors for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Also, guys, in the description, we have our locals. Make sure you join the locals. Myself, Basil, Eric, all the Unfiltered team is in there. If you guys have any questions or anything you want us to react to, let us know.
All right, guys, before we get started with today's show, I want to thank the ladies once again for coming to the show, being on time.
Thank you, ladies.
And fighting through that tough Miami traffic, man. Guys, welcome to the Unfiltered podcast, the realest podcast out here, man. We want to, obviously, we're the only podcast that lets you guys basically dictate the questions for the show, the topics for the show. And we work really closely with Jules here. She's talking to you guys right now as we speak. As you guys may know, I'm Eric. This is Steve, Jules. Thank you guys again for coming today. Please put your AirPods on if you're at work right now, guys. If you are at work right now, please put your AirPods on or just, I don't know, watch it later when you get home. And I did get a few DMs yesterday again telling me, hey, we were at work and, one of the girls called you misogynist and my manager's like, what are you watching? You know what I mean? So be careful at work, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, man. Turn that bell on, the notification bell. Like the video. Guys, like the video. That helps us a lot with the algorithm. YouTube is actually pushing us out now. We are still a baby podcast, but we appreciate all the new viewers that come in. Make sure you guys treat them with respect. Become a member if you haven't already. And if you are a member, drop the Instagram on the chat, okay? Jules should be taking an Instagram so we can add you guys to the member chat. The member chat is just a whole different chat where all of our members get there. We talk about stuff that happens behind the scenes, stuff that everybody else doesn't get to see. You guys get the videos that everybody else doesn't get to see, the kickouts. Yesterday we had 4 girls we kicked out, 5 technically, and all the way to the parking lot. Basically, you guys get to see all that, man. Let me see. Also, guys, if you don't want to watch the full hour or 2 hours that we're here, go to the Clips channel. Dom does a really good job of working the Clips channel. It's 5 to 10 minutes of the most exciting parts or the kick out parts or me, getting punched in the face like I used to before. You'll see that over there. Donations start at $10. Guys, $5 will be shown on the screen. $10 will be read out loud. 20 and up will be read out instantaneously. I want to thank everybody for all your support. You can catch us on Spotify and Apple Music as well, okay? Again, guys, you don't have to donate any money, but if you do, we appreciate it. We're upgrading as we go. All we ask is that you like the video, comment, and subscribe, okay? Court is now in session, ladies. We're going to start introducing you. We're going to need your name, your age, your relationship status, and if you're single by choice.
All right, let's start here and we'll work our way around. Into the mic.
Hi, my name is Paola. I'm 30 years old and I'm single.
30, you're single, and is it by choice?
Well, no.
No. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So not by choice. Okay, what about you over here? Go ahead.
My name's Lauren. I'm 27 and I'm single by choice.
27 and single by choice. Okay. And what about you over here?
My name is Didi. I am 23 and I'm in a situationship.
23 situationship.
He lives far from me, so yeah.
Okay, and your name's Didi?
Yes.
Okay. And how far does he live?
He lives in New York.
Oh,
Very far.
Whoa, yeah.
damn! How you making that happen?
I just went and visited him.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Airplanes.
Damn. Okay. Shout out to you. Okay. What about you over here? Go ahead.
My name is Liz. I'm 27 and I'm taken.
Taken. Ooh, you sound happy, girl. Okay.
Very happy, actually.
What about you?
I'm Diana. I'm 21 and I'm single. And
Okay.
I'm single by choice. Yeah.
Single by choice. Okay. And what about you over here?
I'm Connie Lynn. I'm single. I'm 46.
46?
Yeah.
That sounded like it was about to be a 49.
Yeah, I'm 49.
Okay. 46.
Let her rock.
I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Connie Lynn.
Connie. Okay. I'm just gonna put Connie.
Lynn.
And
Connie.
you're 46, and you're single.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. And by choice?
Yes.
By choice. That is. Oh my God! You know what? You might be the oldest woman that's ever come here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You didn't have to
Really?
say that.
Fucking knew it.
No, because we've
I
had
like to experience.
no,
things, so.
because we've had a whole bunch of 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
But, and I also
Nothing
think
wrong with that.
No. But I also think
Right.
a lot of ladies aren't as honest as you, because I think they'll just say 40 instead. Maybe they'll be like 43, 44.
Can I make
okay.
a
I'll
comment
say how
real
it
quick?
is.
What's up?
Can I make a comment real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah. What's up?
I mean this in the best way possible. You actually look a lot like my ex-stepmom.
Wow.
Is that good?
Is that
It's good. No, it's good.
Ex-stepmom?
It's good. Yeah.
Was that
So-
was that a compliment?
It was.
I don't know
yes.
if she should take that and like, is that good?
It is a compliment.
Okay.
I love my ex-stepmom. I would still have a relationship with her if
If it wasn't for your ex-boyfriend.
if it wasn't for my dad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, for your dad.
Oh.
gotcha.
Out of respect for
Okay.
my dad.
Gotcha.
My bad, I'm
Okay.
thinking of something else.
All right. Cool. What about you over there?
My name's Kai, and I'm single by choice,
What's your age?
Yeah.
and I'm 21.
21. Okay. 21. Single by choice. Okay. Cool. Ladies, thank you so much for your honesty. We're gonna go around the table real quick, and we'll do this quick little game that I like to play. So you are single, but you said you're not single by choice, correct?
Well, like, yeah, I haven't liked anyone. Like, I would like a boyfriend, but not with the wrong person.
Okay. So single by the fact that you're not single by choice to me means that no guy has come yet to you and said, "Hey, I want to be with you."
Well, not how I'm expecting, maybe, but yeah, I just feel I haven't found the person.
Are you dating? Like, are you going out on actual dates?
I used to go on some dates, but right now I'm just like going with the flow, and like what it comes, it comes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to assume, based off what you're telling me, that you're probably going to the wrong places to find men.
Well,
Where do you look for men?
depends.
Do me a favor, move into the mic, because this is what I was talking about before the show.
Okay.
You got to move it close to you and speak into it. So,
Okay.
where are you looking for guys at?
Well, I don't know. I work out a lot, so I go skating a lot. I go to the gym a lot. I used to do CrossFit, so I used to compete in competitions. Like, I don't know. I've kind of gone out there. Like, I know I'm not gonna find a guy like the guy I want on a happy hour on a Monday. You know, like I know that, but yeah, I'm looking for
Okay, so again, I'm just gonna say you're looking in the wrong places. Okay, and then also I think that.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Where do you recommend me looking?
Church. Go to church.
They be lying in there too. In the name of the
Yeah,
Lord.
but
In
they
the
go
name
to
of the
church.
Can I
Lord.
get a second option for
Yeah.
when it's not Sunday?
Okay, so if it's not church, honestly though, there's a lot of good websites that, like Christian Mingle's
Yeah.
a pretty good website.
Everything.
Farmers
You know what I
only.
mean? Or
Who's at the farmer's market?
I mean,
Farmers only.
Farmers
No,
only.
it's like farmers only.
That's where you get to get a good side.
no, but I mean, honestly too, I think here in Miami it's really hard because everyone's living a certain lifestyle,
Yeah, that's true.
right? And I think that if you look outside, maybe damn, I was
That's
gonna
why
say
I
like
stopped
her,
trying. That's why I stopped trying.
but
because
you're
everybody-
30.
I know.
You can't put your mic down a little bit so I can hear you.
Okay.
You can't really. My belief is that you can't really waste time. You're
I know,
already
but
30.
sometimes I will go on dates and I feel that I just wasted my time.
Okay, you're single and you don't have any kids, right?
No.
Okay, do you know that biologically you've
I
already
do know.
lost
That's why
80%
it's
of your
not by
eggs?
choice.
Right, but you've already lost 80% of your eggs. Do you want to have a kid at some point in your life?
Of course.
Okay. Do you understand that you're losing the ability
I
to...
100% understand.
Okay.
I'm up to date on that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, cool. And you are single by choice as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you mean by single by choice?
Well, I am open to settling down, but we live in a generation now where everyone's so disconnected. Everyone has an expectation way too high, or they're indecisive. They don't know what they want. I know what I want. I know I wake up in the morning. I know how I want my day to go. I know what I want to eat. I know how I want my future to look like. And I know who I want to have in my life. And a lot of, people are lacking that, men and women. I've actually never been in love. I never experienced what that felt like.
Wow.
But over the past, this was actually a while back, I kind of feel like I experienced what the idea and the feeling is. And I was kind of disappointed about the outcome. And it wasn't fun. It was not fun. I see why.
Do you think that maybe your standards are too high?
No.
No?
I am a very... I consider myself an individual that's very understanding, and I'm always willing to compromise. I think relationships are not 50-50. Definitely. Sometimes they're 20-80, sometimes they're...
Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean, like financially?
No, I'm saying like as an individual.
Okay, but financially, wouldn't you want your man to take over that 100%? Or do you want to pay bills as well?
Just a small portion. I'm not saying completely. I do.
So I have a theory, and I think that the reason why women want to pay like the Wi-Fi bill and the electric bill, even if it's just like $60 a month, is so that they can hold it over a man's head and say, well, you don't pay all the bills. I pay this bill. Right?
Right.
I've seen it happen. I got friends that do it, right? Because girls will say that. I have friends that they'll try to pay all the bills, but the wife's like, no, let me help you. Like that extra $40 a month is really helping me. No, it's not. But what happens is women typically tend to, anything a woman ever does, she can hold it over your head as a man, right? Because she knows, like for instance, let's say your girlfriend let you borrow $500 and you did pay her back. It doesn't matter that you paid her back. She will always say, remember that one time I lent you $500? Yeah. She'll always hold it over your head. So for me, for what it sounds like, we'll get to the super chats in a bit, guys. Shout out to you guys. It just sounds like maybe you have too high standards.
When's the last time you were on a date?
The last date I went on was
Nah, if you gotta think that long, it wasn't recently.
No, like 4 months ago.
That's bad. That's very bad.
You know what? I do have the standard, like, if you want to ask me to go on a date, I'll agree, but I'm more willing to do the date if you give me a time and you pick me up. It shows that you're a gentleman and you're trying to establish some sort of like security in a way. Like, I'm serious about my intentions, and I'm not looking at this as something casual. You
see what she just said right there? She's looking for security and commitment, right? And at 27, 30 years old, women typically start to look for commitment because you've already had your young 20s where you had fun and you saw guys come and go and they were playing games. And so when you get closer to 30, because I'm 35, that's when typically women are like, I want someone that's going to take me seriously, and you don't have the time to waste anymore. So again, your standards are pretty high, I would say. And I took a look at your Instagram too. You're not an ugly girl. So I also think that you're not just dating just anyone. I think that you have a certain standard of guy that you're looking for. So maybe just try the regular guy that works at Publix.
If I feel like I connect with him, I would absolutely. That's another thing too. Like, there's a lack of connection that I feel like I've had with certain people that I've dated, and I actually don't agree completely about what you said. When women, have some sort of involvement financially, because my last relationship, which was about 4 years ago. My ex was 11 years older than me, and we lived together, and he, paid for most of the things, and that was because he wanted to.
But see, he paid for most of the
But
things. He didn't pay for all of the things.
We would get into arguments. Basically, like, I ended up compromising a lot of things. His thing was, I need to save money. I don't want to go out. And I understood him completely. I was like, I get you. You know, you want to save up for a house? Absolutely. But let's go to the park or go to the beach or just walk around our neighborhood. We live in the Grove. Like, it's a super nice area. And then he'd be like, oh, but I don't want to do that. And I'm like, why is it that I'm compromising going out? Why is it that I'm doing all these things that you're asking me to do? But then when I ask you for the bare minimum, you can't even give that to me. And it hurt me. And it came to the realization that I'm not here to change you.
I don't think women will ever truly be honest with men. Like, you were paying for some of the bills. He should have been paying for all of the bills. Is that me? That ain't me.
Yeah.
Oh, that is me. What the fuck? He should have been paying for all of the bills, right? And the fact that he wasn't, he had to compromise on what activities he could take you to. And listen, I don't care what she says. She can tell me she wants to go to the park every other day, but I know she's going to miss the dinners. I know she's going to miss the outings. I know she's going to miss the movies. I know she's going to miss that. And you can say you don't, but I'm saying as women you do. When you get a woman and then you treat her to a certain type of lifestyle, when you go backwards, they feel it. Even if they don't want to like make you feel bad about it, they feel it because they're used to it already.
Yeah, and subconsciously, I think when women aren't being taken care of in full, they start to argue. Little things start to come out. You ladies don't even know that you're doing it. It's like, he's not taking care of me, so fuck it. Like, you speak out against them. There's more arguments that happen. A lot of times you might even break the relationship. So what I would say for you is 4 months is a long time. The longer you go without dating, the worse it's going to be. And the more awkward it's going to be on the next date that you go on.
Yeah, hold on real quick. So you're in a relationship and you're in a relationship and you're single by choice, right? So I want you to tell me why you're single by choice before we get to the super chats. Go ahead.
I don't want anybody right now.
You don't want anybody right now?
Yeah, I want to focus on my money. I want to focus on my own independence here. I'm 21. I don't feel like I need to worry about somebody right now.
Okay.
Maybe like within a year or so, but right now I feel like I'm at the place right now for myself.
Okay.
By myself.
So how old do you think she is? Do you remember how old she is?
Yeah, that's my friend.
Okay. So and she's 30 and she's 27. Do you understand that they're single too?
Yeah.
And they're single by choice as well. Well, except for her.
Okay.
Like, this is your best time to get into a relationship, in my opinion, which is what I tell women when they come in here. When you're in your 20s, your young 20s, that's the time to get into a relationship and find a good guy. You don't want to wait till you're 28, 29, 30,
That's not what
or
I said.
40.
I said I will give it like a year or so, but at this very moment right now, I'm fine with the way I rank.
It's kind of weird though, because other groups of women can find themselves, go to school, do all the stuff that you ladies say, and they somehow can get a boyfriend or get married at the same time. But we get other women that come in here and they're like, I can't do both at the same time. Why can't you just do both at the same time? Why is it that you just don't want anybody now? Like, why can't you just study and do?
I'm not saying that I can't do that. I can if I wanted to. I just want to because I don't want to deal with the whole, like, being in a relationship is a little stressful. I recently
doesn't have to
like
be,
last year I like went through something through like a little breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you consider that I didn't want to say this, but I'm in like my healing phase right now.
There you go. The healing phase.
Truth comes out.
And what I was gonna diagnose you was,
I
was gonna diagnose you with masculine traits and hyper independence.
That too.
Yeah. So that's my diagnosis for you.
Yeah. That too.
Okay, and you are single by choice.
Yes.
Okay, now that one.
Yeah.
Why are you single by choice?
Well, I've been in relationships before. I have a daughter already. She's 14, and I just want to be by myself. I have a relationship with myself. I have a lot of things to do. For me.
Were you married before?
Not married, but I've been in a long relationship.
Okay. How long was it?
8 years.
Okay. Yeah, typically when people are married or they're in a long relationship, I was in a 12-year relationship. And I know that after a 12-year relationship or 8 to 10 to 12-year, you're just like, yo, I gave so much up. I don't want it anymore. But also you have a daughter, right? That's also probably, I mean, even though she's 14 now, you said?
Yes.
She's pretty grown. Mm-hmm. But that probably would impede most guys at trying to, also your age, right? Your age is a big factor. Do you know what a woman's value is considered for men, like in society?
It depends.
No, it doesn't depend.
What
a
is
woman,
it?
you know what? Hold on. What do you think a man values in a woman? when we're looking to date women, what do you think we value?
That they can give you kids.
Okay, so fertility. What else?
Body count.
Yeah, body count.
Okay,
I guess.
so purity. What else?
That they cook.
That they cook. Okay,
No?
I'll
That
pass
they're
on them.
decent.
Okay, what
and
about
they
you? Do you want to add anything to that?
Being able to nurture.
Okay, so back to being able to have kids. Okay, we said purity. We said being able to have kids. So fertility, and what else, ladies?
Submission.
Support.
Submission. Okay, that's a good one. It's
Support.
youth and beauty,
Yeah, y'all missing
ladies.
youth.
It's youth and beauty. So think about it, right? You're 40. You're no longer young. You're no longer fertile. And, to an extent now, because of your age, you're no longer considered as beautiful as women in their 20s. So when it comes to you, it's harder in the dating market. And it always will be, And a man's values, our values determined differently, right? So our value comes from our status, our finances, what we give back to society. And so I can be a 40-year-old, ugly, bald, fat guy. But as long as I have status and as long as I have money, I can still do pretty good in the dating market. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say single by choice,
Yeah. Let me ask you though, at 46, what's it like dating at 46? Like, what is your experience? Are you actually going out on dates? Are you trying to actually?
Not
find a guy?
really. Not at this moment.
So you're just floating along, just
Yeah.
chilling.
I had a relationship, I broke up 5 months ago.
Okay.
It was a short relationship, and it was just toxic. And I mean, the healing process, like you said, as well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You
Yes.
just need to take anything you can get.
yeah,
I
that's
don't-
what
I don't have to do that. Then I will
that was
be-
my honest advice too.
No,
I wrote here that
I will be no,
My-
not
if you
everybody.
want-
I don't
know
want
why
that. I
will
want to do that.
Why will you want to be with the wrong person?
Yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely.
I'm not saying
I'd
wrong
rather
person.
being
I'd rather
alone
be with
than with a
myself,
sounds
grow
torturous,
as a
not even gonna lie.
person. And
I'm not
learn
saying
everything.
wrong person. I'm saying
Wait,
at
I'm
46
sorry. Can you
years
say,
old,
what'd you
can't.
say just now?
That sounds a little torturous.
Yeah.
Just being with
Oh,
somebody
being with
you
the
don't love.
no. Well,
Get
I'm
whatever
not,
you can get.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying. I don't think he meant just get anybody. I think what he said. Well, I think
I'm
what he
not
meant.
desperate.
I think what he meant to say was, the first good guy that comes along,
Oh, I
go ahead and
definitely- yeah, sure.
and settle with him, because you don't really have the time. Number one, and number two,
I'm not worried about it.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like we have 40-year-olds that come on here, and I remember them all because we go back and forth so much. Because they come on here and they tell the younger women, "I'm 40, I'm happy, I'm traveling, I have dogs, and I don't want kids." Right? No, this is what they say,
It's the truth.
right? And then the younger women are sitting here and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, if she's 40 and she's happy, then I have time because I'm 21. I have time to sit here and figure it out too." And what I'm saying is, for a woman, it's different. Like, I don't want a woman that's a CEO. I don't want a woman that's a millionaire. I don't want a woman that has 6 degrees. I just want a woman that's submissive.
Okay.
That's really all I ask for. So whenever we have older ladies come on here and they give this advice, I'm always like, keep in mind that there's younger ladies at the table, and even younger. We have actually half of our viewers now are women.
Yep.
Surprisingly.
We have a lot of women watching.
So, and we give this impression, like, imagine if I was telling guys, right? I went to prison, right? When I was 17, I went to prison. Imagine if I was telling guys, listen, man, you don't have to get your life together. You have all your life. You have your whole entire life ahead of you. Don't worry about it. Live your life and figure it out as you go. Right? Like, it's just bad advice. And I would, as a person that went through that type of stuff, I would never give that type of advice. I would say, hey, listen, get a role model, get a father figure, get a mentor, right? So you don't have to go through things I went to, because I did it all by myself. I was homeless, sleeping in park benches. I don't want that for you. So I would give the good, but I think that's the difference between men and women. I think that men are a little bit more honest, and I think that women sit here and they're like, oh, no, I'm good, and I'm not looking for anybody. I'm happy. But in reality, let's be honest. I don't think that anybody wants to be alone. Nobody.
I don't think we had one woman in her 40s come on here or late 30s give the girls good advice.
No, not one.
Not once.
No.
Like, if we give them the floor, give all the ladies one good piece of advice.
Okay.
It's always some.
How about, because we do have super chats. What's one good advice you would give younger women so that they wouldn't end up 40 and alone? What's one good advice?
I would say, if you find the right person, try it and just have a relationship and
Okay.
enjoy life with together.
But here's the thing. No one's ever going to be that right person. Like,
But
no
I'm
one's
not-
ever going to be perfect,
I'm not
right?
saying like perfect. I'm saying like if you guys clicked,
Okay.
and you can have good energy, good vibes together. You can make things grow. Like grow a life together, and make beautiful things.
Okay.
And yeah, why not? Of course, I had a long
Speak
relationship
into
as
the
well.
mic. Okay.
I had a long relationship as well.
Okay.
And
I think you could have saved that relationship, to be honest. I think you could have saved it. I think if both people work hard, they can save any relationship, unless you've cheated.
no, I didn't.
Well, then it was salvageable. If you didn't cheat, then I
He
don't.
did.
Okay, well, ladies, when a guy cheats, he's not looking to replace you. Okay,
Okay.
now we don't condone it.
I think I was too young. I'm so
I'm sorry. We're not sitting here saying that men should cheat. We don't say that. But if a guy cheats, ladies, it doesn't make sense for you to just leave him, especially you have a kid.
True.
It just doesn't, because you're gonna go out there into the dating market now, where guys are probably gonna cheat on you anyways.
Some of you ladies
They
literally
are.
go,
They're literally gonna
you
cheat.
go to another
They're gonna
relationship
cheat.
and
Okay,
get cheated on
relationships.
again.
I guess I'll get
I'm
more
sorry.
dogs.
I have to
yeah.
put something.
You're gonna get cheated on.
I don't agree, because if someone cheats on you, if a man is capable enough and okay with doing something that he knows is going to hurt his partner,
You don't.
that's
love you.
showing a sign of disrespect. He's lacking the respect for you and your feelings and your emotions and regard to the relationship. And if I stick around after a man cheats, he's going to do it again. He's just going to find another way for me not to find out.
Okay.
And then there's not going to be trust in the relationship, which is a major quality to have. There's going to be also,
There's gonna be a misunderstanding of
Yes.
what's acceptable in the
And the kid
relationship or
that,
not.
and
too.
Okay,
also
let me-
like
let
you're
me-
just enabling them.
Okay, let me cut you off real quick. So number one, men and women aren't the same. So the way you look at cheating is not the way that we look at cheating. Also, number two, I don't think that any guy should cheat on his wife or his partner or his girlfriend or anything like that, right? But what if your man came up to you and said, Lowen, is that what your name is?
Lauren.
Lauren. Okay, Lauren. Lauren, I don't want to cheat on you, but we've been together for 8 years. I need some spice in my life. Would you be okay if I went to go have sex with this girl? Would you be okay with that? He's
No.
not cheating on you. He's not lying to you. Would you be okay with it?
You know what? I think that even with a relationship, maybe
Yes or no?
a relationship is a form of union. When you're in a relationship with someone and you're having sex with them, like, people don't understand.
Yes or no?
No,
No.
I would not allow it.
Okay, and this is why men cheat, ladies.
Right.
This is why men cheat, because women tend to think, and I get it, it does benefit you guys to sit here and think that we're even, that we're equal. We're not. We're built differently. We're wired differently. We can impregnate 10 girls today if we wanted to. You can only get pregnant once, right? So we have more testosterone. We're built differently. If your man was to come to you and say, Lauren, I want to have sex with another girl, I don't want to cheat on you, you wouldn't let him do it. So he's going to go behind your back and do it because that's in his nature. But he's not looking to replace you. I tell women this all the time. I could cheat on my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. I could cheat on her. I won't, but I could, right? And the girl that I do it with, she could die tonight in a car accident, and I would not care because I'm not emotionally invested into her. However, if she went and cheated on me with somebody else, women are different. You attach emotionally, right? You're getting to know this guy. Something about this guy was special. It's just some. If he dies tonight, there's a part of you that's gonna want to cry. That's just the way you guys are built. We don't care. Men don't care. Real quick, I want to get to you. We have a whole bunch of super chats. Shout out to the super chatters real quick. Why are you single by choice?
She's scared now. She's scared now. You scared her.
Hello, motherfucker. He said, if she fucking dies, bro.
Listen. Your name is Kia, right?
Kai.
Okay, my bad. Kai. Okay.
Damn, can you read your own writing, bro?
Ron,
Kai, my
like,
bad.
Lowen.
All right,
Yeah.
Kai. Yo, I'm writing in cursive over here. Okay, Kai. It sounds messed up, but
no,
that's
it's
just
just
the way that
funny
it
that-
is.
chose the most dramatic.
It's the way you said it, bro.
Okay, but I have to go to the extreme to let you ladies know that men don't care. Men do not care about women that we sleep with. Like for instance, if we have a one night stand, I'm done, right? When a guy climaxes, there's a post nut clarity, right? Lil Wayne has a song. He's like, whenever I come to my senses.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
Whenever I come to my senses because I realize, what am I doing? I don't like this chick, right?
Bitch.
And now, but women aren't the same. A woman can climax and climax and climax and she still wants to keep going. We're not built that way, you know. We come and we're done. As a matter of fact, I've often, when I was back in my day, I would come and get disgusted with the girl that I was sleeping with.
Yeah.
I'd look at her and be like, bro, this girl's disgusting.
Now you can die in the car.
Yeah.
Like,
Go get in a car accident.
Listen,
get in the car.
I mean, obviously,
truth.
I'm not wishing them bad, but you know what I mean. I don't listen. A lot of them I would never see again.
Yeah.
I'd never text them again. I never called them again. If you don't value you, why should I value you?
The last girl I cheated on, when I cheated, no, listen, when I cheated, ladies, when I cheated and I like got done with what I was doing, I was like, this bitch disgusts me.
Yeah.
And
Same
then
thing with me.
when I went home, I was like, now I get to go back to my real girlfriend.
Yep.
Like, that's literally how I felt. Like,
And
you get it out, you get it off. And it's
Another
just
thing too, women don't understand is, I've cheated before, and I've gone home like, damn, I got a good girl.
Yeah, I'm being honest,
Like,
ladies.
I'm like, yo, I cheated and she doesn't know about it, and she's actually at home doing what she's supposed to do. It makes me feel like shit.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like shit.
And then you do it again.
Yes, we do.
You feel like shit, but you do it again.
And then I do it again to value her even more.
Exactly.
So what you're basically
each time the value goes up, ladies.
So what you're basically saying is you don't learn your lesson the first time. It takes you hundreds.
It
takes them getting burnt. It takes them getting burnt.
Listen, to be honest, I think it's a bit romantic. Because every single time the value goes up.
Nah, I
It
think
goes
she
up,
gotta leave you for you to realize that
Okay,
shit.
real quick. Listen, ladies, we have a whole bunch of super chats coming in real quick. I want to go ahead and honor them. Real quick, I want you to tell me why you're single by choice.
Oh, I don't have anyone I like yet. Like, people ask me to be their girlfriend. So
Okay.
I'm just like, no.
Would you be my girlfriend?
So you're boring. I'm just going to say.
You better say yes.
Boring crazy.
I'm just going to put here that you're boring based off what you told me. That's your diagnosis. Okay, cool. Ladies, thank you so much for being honest. We'll get to the super chats real quick. Thank you guys so much for supporting, man. The first super chat comes from David Jones, and he says, ladies, who do you share your secrets with first? Your boyfriend or your gay friend?
Gay.
Okay.
That was
fair
fast.
enough. Okay. What about you?
Gay friend.
Gay friend? Okay. What about you?
I don't have any gay friends, so I'll just say my
Boyfriend? Okay. What about you?
My boyfriend.
Boyfriend? What about you?
My boyfriend.
What about you?
Boyfriend.
I will tell my boyfriend.
Okay. Why gay friend?
He gets it.
No, girl. He's just trying to keep you on them streets like him.
It's truth.
He's giving you
I
bad
guess
advice.
you know him? I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just saying in general, when you're even if it's a female friend or your gay best friend, it doesn't matter. They're not giving you advice to help you better yourself, because a lot of women or gay men feel the need to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, in competition with each other. So you're going to go and you're going to tell him your dirty little secret. He's going to keep that, he or she is going to keep that in the back of their mind and be like, yo, yeah, girl, it's okay. You know, it's not that bad. But then the moment you do some little tiny thing to piss them off, they're going to be like, you remember that secret you told me? Mm-hmm.
For real, because I do it too.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, ladies.
I
Your
think-
gay friend is worse than like your slutty
That's
best
true.
friend. Like they're either
Not
equal
mine.
or more. Like they're toxic, bro.
Probably.
Gay dudes will.
They ovulate. They ovulate.
They're the
just
ones
like
that get you to
depends
act
on the
like
friend.
sluts.
What? They ovulate?
Yeah.
Probably. Who said that?
I don't know.
They ovulate like
I don't know.
sluts.
They go crazy from here and then. I'd rather no.
Okay, all right.
I had my bad
I
experience.
learned something new today.
Yes.
All right. Okay, what about you before we move on? Why do you go to your gay friend first?
Because I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Well,
Good answer.
okay. All right, cool. So we have shout out to Lord Peachy, man. He's been a member now for 4 months. Much love to you, brother. Thank you so much for supporting us, man. He says the real question is, if you know what you want, why can't you find it? Is it because you have unrealistic expectations? Ladies, this is a good question. Who wants to take that one?
I can I don't know. I feel right now society is so different, and like with the apps that exist now, it's like I feel that people has lost their values, and it's like everybody's kind of like replaceable, you know? Oh, I instead of working through it and like kind of fix the problem or like figuring out and have communication, they just rather, oh, it's a little bit difficult. Oh, next. They think I feel that the expectations have become realistic because it's like the market is different. Like you find people everywhere, like it's all the time. So it's like I feel that has been lost, and also because of so many people is that available or easy to reach, that the values of maybe having a family or settling down has been lost. And I don't know, I feel that also maybe Florida, because here's all like nightlife, clubs, parties, and like that's also a different type of reality.
Okay. So I get what you're saying. So you're saying that we have so many more options now that the quality goes down, right? And also, it might be due to hoflation, right? I just recently learned that hoflation is basically back like your great grandfather, like he didn't have to work that hard to get a good woman, right? Like nowadays, you would have to work 20 times harder to get a woman that's 8 times worse than what he was able to get back in his day. And that's essentially what hoflation is. Hoflation is when a guy has to work extra hard to get a good girl. And even now, a good girl is technically considered worse than what a good girl was back in the day.
But I will say the same with guys.
Well, no. Whoa, hold on.
So,
not necessarily.
Or all guys are good right now.
Hold on. Men typically haven't changed throughout age of time. Like, we've remained the same, right?
That's a lie.
Now, I will say in today's society, there's a lot more feminine men, right?
That's true.
I will say that. But
Metrosexual.
typically, most men, right? Generally, most men are still the same. We still want the same. We still want good sex, a submissive woman, and good food. That's really all we like. Most men still don't want you to pay all the bills. Most men still want to protect you. Most men still want to provide. They still want a provision for you. Like that's what we've always wanted throughout the age of time. Women, however, have changed a lot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Your expectations, your standards are way unrealistic. You want a guy who's 6 feet, has 6 inches, makes 6 figures.
You don't want a 300-pound woman, probably. Or
Wait, 6
Yeah,
inches and what?
but hold on. Hold on.
Sorry.
But there's more 300-pound women today than there were back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is women have gotten worse. Yes, listen, America's the most obese country in the world.
Crazy.
Okay? More people die from obesity every year than they do from suicides.
Damn.
Yeah,
Just-
you
Okay.
ladies have got more independent, bigger, fatter, everything. Like everything is worse. It's the truth. You can drop your jaw if you want.
I do wanna-
Women are actually overweight right now. Mostly all like what is it? I think it's like I don't know the statistic. But
2.8 million adults die of a result of overweight in America.
Obesity,
There you go.
yeah. Every single year, ladies. So I, when I call girls fat, I get shamed for it. But I'm trying to save a life. Okay, so real quick. We have a super chat from Lord Peachy. Men are logical thinkers and women are emotional feelers. That's why men like hearing bitter truths and women like hearing sweet lies. Does everyone agree with that?
No.
Why not?
I'd rather a truth that is hard than living a lie.
Agreed.
Okay.
I
Do
only
you,
agree-
now, do you think that's
That's-
most women or just you?
From the people I've met, I'm one of the few. I don't know. Many people rather nice lies. I'm a very direct person, and I say, I don't know. I'd rather say the truth than a nice lie.
Okay, so you are what's called the minority.
Yeah, he's talking about the majority.
Okay, majority of women are they rather have. There's a saying: men fall in love with their eyes, with what we see, and women fall in love with what they hear. Okay, with their ears. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Like a
yeah.
guy can come up to you and be like, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life." My goodness, where are you from? Heaven? And you're like, "Oh my God," right? But he fell in love with what he saw. He fell in love with what he saw, and typically what women think is, "Oh, he fell in love with my personality." Your looks is what got you in the door to begin with. I would never have known your personality if you were ugly or fat. Trust me.
yeah, the first thing we say is, "Yo, I'd fuck."
100%.
I
We
would
look
fuck.
at each other and we're like, yo, I'd fuck her.
I'd hit that.
I'd smash that. Okay, real quick. Also, my bad. I just missed this one too, bro. Shout out to my man GK Rock. My bad, brother. I missed this one. We were having a good conversation over here. GK Rock says, ladies, do you believe that you have to have a moral compass for a healthy relationship? Why or why not? Who wants to take this one?
I will. I do believe you have to have a moral compass. Actually, backtracking to what was stated earlier, like, I would want to. I'm not a jealous person. I have enough confidence in myself, and I know that if I'm in a relationship with that person, it was because of who I am. I don't have a reason to worry about anyone else on the outside, even if they want to have sex. That is a different situation. And the only reason why I wouldn't allow cheating is because I feel like it would deflect from my morale. Because what purpose do I have if I don't have values and morals? These are things that are not taught in school, you know? And it is your job after you graduate from high school to educate yourself on how to be financially stable, how to have values, how to have morale, how to have a social status. You know, we lack that in this generation. Nobody's going out and discovering what this world has to offer, and for you to learn. You know, where people are wasting so much time scrolling, you know, getting that dopamine hit. Everybody's so disconnected. Nobody wants to communicate, take accountability, you know. And why is that? Because we're allowing this distraction. We're allowing this ignorance to overtake society, especially here in America.
Let me just chime in though. I want to be real honest with you. I think you would be the kind of woman who would get married, have 2 or 3 kids, find out that your man cheated, and then leave him.
Absolutely.
And here's the problem with that. There's some morals and some duties that you have to your kids. So it's funny, you get this double moral thing where it's like, he cheated on me and that's against my morals, but I'm also a mother. What moral is more important, right?
Child support.
Exactly. So, but listen, because a lot of women will have morals, like you're saying, but then another set of morals will override those morals. And I would argue that the kids are far more important than that bitch that he cheated with.
Well, I've been raised with a great example. You know, my parents were high school sweethearts. They have been together since they were 14, actually 15.
They're still together?
No, they divorced when I was 4.
Okay.
My mom actually, you know, allowed him. He would cheat all the time. He would go on vacations with, God, I can't believe I'm talking about this right now, but he would go on vacations with women, and that could have been a vacation where I could have been included.
Okay, but what's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong with that, but then my mom ended up, you know, dating somebody else.
She's wrong for that.
Once they divorced.
Okay.
And this was actually through like mutual friends.
She's double wrong for that.
No. So my mom had a best friend from high school named Valerie, and she introduced my biological father to my mom. And then also Valerie was best friends with another gentleman that she ended up later on introducing.
Is your mom with that new guy now?
She's still with him. They've been together since I was 4.
Okay. How long were your parents together?
My parents were together from when I was the age of 15.
How many years?
I have to count right now.
Okay.
And
I would say that your mom, she might not ever admit this. I would say that your mom probably still thinks about your dad. I would say that your mom probably still loves your dad to some capacity. When you're with, especially when you have kids, man. You can't sit here unless you had a one night stand with a person, had a baby with him.
She can tell
and
you.
Hold on, let me finish.
Sorry.
Okay. Unless you had a one night stand with someone, or it was a quick little fling, and you had a kid. When you have a kid with someone, there's an emotional connection there. Like there's something deep there, right? I have kids, so I know what I'm talking about. This person is never gonna leave your life. It doesn't matter if the kid is 25, 30 years old. You're still parents to the same kid, right? And I would say that, in my opinion, right, I think that a woman leaving her husband because he cheated, you're going out. Listen, you might find a good guy that doesn't cheat, but most likely you're gonna find a guy that's gonna cheat also. Why would you leave a good relationship, right? I'm assuming that he was providing and protecting, and go into another relationship where you're completely unaware of what may happen, what could happen. Is he going to support me? Is he going to provide for me? It just doesn't make any sense. Go ahead.
I just think that...
Into the mic, please.
I'm sorry. When you have a child together...
Turn everybody up as we go, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. If you... Not necessarily you have to be... Emotionally, you're going to be attached to the father of your child. I'm not. I think about he's the father of my child, obviously, but I don't love him.
Okay, so right now, if you could go back and make things work with him, you wouldn't.
No.
I think my mom feels the same way.
Why?
What's so much better now that you're 40? You're 49? How old are you?
46.
46? God damn. You're 46 and you're single, right?
Yes.
What is so good right now at 46 and single?
That I feel
self-love.
I feel very content with my life right now. Like I don't.
I don't
that's
think
not
you
true
ladies have.
because you said you're looking to date, so you're not content.
Yeah.
I'm open, but I'm not looking. Like I'm content with what I'm doing right now.
You know what I think? I think that
I dated before. I've been there,
feelings,
done that.
your ladies' feelings override morals. You basically, if you get mad at the guy or whatever it is, you won't go back to him. There is no morality.
I don't even think about it though.
Yes, but there's no morality. If you guys feel a certain way about a guy, fuck morals. Everything goes out the window with you ladies.
Yeah.
Once
Okay.
you get mad.
Real quick, go ahead.
So you guys think that a child can be raised in a household where a father is cheating actively on the wife and they're going to be raised to be normal and okay?
Well, here's the problem, right? That's a really good question. The problem is that women are all about their feelings. Their feelings, right? Think about it like this. You're 46. You're older than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my grandparents, when my grandfather passed away, my grandmother passed away less than a year after. Like it was weird. It was like a weird. I forgot what. There's an actual term for it. When you can die of a broken heart, right? So that's what used to happen back in the day. That was a real thing, right? People would get married, they would take their vows seriously, and they would say through sickness and health, through rich or poor. And guess what? There was cheating back there too. There was cheating back then too, ladies. Don't think cheating is a new thing. Cheating has always been around. But the problem was that people actually, they respected the vows that they made in church, in front of people, in front of their family, in front of God. They respected that, ladies. They respected that. And they said, even though my husband cheated, I love him enough to stay with him and to take care of my kids, because it's not just about my feelings. But in today's society, it's so much about your feelings that the first thing that happens that you don't agree with, I'm out. I'm completely out. Fuck the kids. I'll get child support, like she said. Which
That's good. That's better than being in an abusive relationship.
But the vows you
take. See, now you just added something different. We never talked about abusive relationships.
Sometimes the cheating and that can get to that.
No, but the vows do not say through sickness and health and fucking bitches.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. Real quick, I want to get to the super chat. So we have a super chat from Crypto Risa. He says, ladies, do y'all think a woman with a high body count still qualifies as a high value woman? I'm sorry.
Qualifies for a high value man.
Yes.
Qualifies for a high value man. Shout out to Crypto, man. What do you guys think about that? So a woman with a high body count, does she still qualify for a high value man? Yes or no? Who wants to take this one?
They always ask the same questions every time.
Well,
I get on
that's
the
true.
I mean, we're in a podcast that, brand new ladies, so.
I would say no, because if you are able to give yourself that way to that many people, then why should someone think you're special enough to settle down with you? If everybody else can get you,
Okay.
he can get you, and the next guy can get you too.
Anybody else want to go ahead and rebuttal that? So essentially what she's saying is, if you give yourself away to a lot of guys, why should a high value guy say, oh yeah, you're just as equally as special as a girl who hasn't done that? Right? Mm-hmm. Raise your hands here if you think that body count matters for a guy. So all of you guys except for Diana. Okay. So why do you think body count doesn't matter for a guy?
For a lot of guys, I could say
In general, right?
In general,
majority of the population of men.
Yeah. From what I know is that most of the guys that, like, per se, I'm friends with and stuff, and they would talk about like their relationships with other women, they would say that they don't really care, because you don't always fuck somebody that you're gonna date. Some people that you would just look at some people and be like, damn, you're fuckable, not dateable.
Okay.
You don't just, you know what I'm saying? So you can't.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Diana. Maybe you're talking to guys that just want to have sex with you. Okay. Now, for guys that just want to have sex with you, body count does not matter. As a matter of fact, ladies, let me give you a little bit of some help. Okay, some advice. If a guy doesn't ask you for your body count, he doesn't really take you seriously. Okay? Now, you have women that come on here, and they'll argue against that. Oh, well, a real gentleman doesn't care about body count, And, you know, a real gentleman would never ask, you know. And I'm like, well, are you single? Yeah. No guy's ever asked for my body count, though. Yeah, that's why you're single. Because no guy's ever cared to ask for your body count, right? Like, a guy wants to know what your past is like. I need to know what your past is like. I can't meet Diana, as pretty as she is, and go into that relationship and say, I don't care about what she's done in the past. That doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't buy a house without doing my research. I wouldn't go into a job interview without doing my research. I wouldn't buy a car without doing my research. I'm not going to go into one of the most important things into my life without doing my research. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we have to know what
your,
we're
your
investing in.
sexual past and per se, let's say it's sexual, because last time we had this conversation, you brought murder and a bunch of other stuff. We're talking about sexual past. Sexual past does not define the connection that you have with this person. If this person really wants to be with you, if this person loves you, he wouldn't think about, oh, but she fucked this person 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, before I even met the person.
Okay. Well, let me tell you why you're wrong. Because research indicates that women that have sexual partners over 4 or 5 lose the ability to pair bond. Now, you can sit here and say, I fucked 8 guys and, you know, it doesn't mean anything, but you've lost the ability to pair bond because you've already given yourself away to 8 men. And so now when you find me and I'm number 9, it's just an act to you now. You've already had connections with other guys. I'm just a regular guy now. I'm just another number, right? So when you have sex with a guy the first time and maybe he's number 2, you can still connect with that guy. You can still pair bond with him because sex is still special to you. When a woman's having sex with 10 guys, it's just a thing now. It's just an act. Does that make sense? It's called pair bonding. If you don't believe me, you can read up on it.
So you should marry number 3.
You honestly, I think
Should
that
marry number 1.
I think all women should be virgins, to be honest. But the problem is, in today's society, there are no virgins.
Right.
And so, guys, imagine if me and him could only pick from the girls at this table. No one at this table is a virgin. So we have to settle. We as men, we have to settle. Men always get the short end of every stick.
That's correct.
Okay. Real quick, I want to get to the other super chat. Shout out to the ladies, man. They're being amazing.
Before you do, Repo said a couple people came in late. So, guys, if you want to become a member, click our logo, guys. Hit join. We have 6 tiers. Repo wanted us to shout out that out to the people again, guys. Make sure you become a member.
Also, he is putting that link, the link that you guys see on the chat right now, that link is to become a member. So, the easier ways to do it is just go ahead and click on that link, and it's going to take you directly to where you become a member. Just click join.
And shout out to all the new viewers, man. We appreciate you guys. It's a Friday. You guys could be doing anything else, but you're here with us. We appreciate you. Shout out to all the super chatters. We have another one from Lord Peachy. He says, what does independent women mean? Independent of a man? By default, this kills chivalry. And chivalry is linked to romance. This shows that modern women are victims to their own success. Anybody disagree with that?
We need to eat, no? Like, you're supposed to be independent to eat.
Okay. Paola, you're 30 years old, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a father and a mother?
Yes.
Okay. Was your father active in your life?
Yeah.
He was? Okay. Well, your father, his job was to provide for you until you got another man, right? Until you met the husband, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why the father is the one that walks the woman down the aisle and not the mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a daughter, and it's absolutely my job to provide for her every need and to protect her and to provision, right? And it's my job to teach her as a young little girl, hey, value yourself. Because this is going to matter to the guy that you marry. Now, contrary to her belief,
they told
body
me that.
count doesn't matter. Yeah, but you did what you wanted
but
anyways.
I came from a country where it's going like into crumbles, and right now I don't want to be like I want to even be able to help instead of being like.
You shouldn't always be
dependent
dependent
on
on a man.
You know.
Well, I'm not telling you to be independent on a man. I'm telling you to be independent on your father. And also, ladies, there's nothing wrong with being married at a young age. Okay? You don't want to be married at an old age. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you get married at 30, 40? You're supposed to be married at a young age. And so what a father does is, if he's in place, he protects that's what whenever I talk about this, women typically take offense to it. And it makes me sad because you guys should have had fathers that did this for you guys. But I have a daughter, and I was homeless, and I went to prison, and my mom gave me up to the system, and I don't want that for my daughter. So I'm
So if she's single at 40, you'll still maintain her until she's
if she's
40.
single at 40, then I failed as a father. If she's single at 40, then I failed as a father. Or maybe I did a good job and she just chose to, mess her life up.
But maybe sometimes we learn like lessons of like we're not to look people and like we're not or the red flags.
No. You're not doing that. Ladies, the only time that women make mistakes are when they're leading themselves.
Why?
Because you guys don't know how to do
So we
anything
need a
right.
map.
Why is
Instructions.
that?
You guys don't know how to do anything right. Look at what happens. You guys are more free now than ever. Right now in today's age, you're free more now than ever. And look at what's happening to society. It's literally crumbling.
Yeah.
Society is crumbling right now as we speak.
Were you guys raised by your fathers?
Yes, my
You
mom
were?
and dad. Yeah, all my
and
family.
and what was the number one thing your father taught you?
Value yourself.
Okay.
How
And-
many people have you slept with?
I don't share my body
Oh,
count.
well, there you go. Enough to where you're embarrassed to say it, right?
I wouldn't be embarrassed, but I know whatever I
you
say is
are
gonna be
embarrassed.
used against me, so I'd rather keep that to
Because
myself.
you're embarrassed to say it because it comes with shame.
I don't know how.
No, it's not you don't know. If you told me your body count right now, everybody here
It
would shame
depends.
you.
I will tell other people if it wasn't like with this,
So if we were on camera right now, you would tell me your body count?
No, I don't know you. I don't tell. I don't go
Again,
around with my
ladies,
body count in
ladies,
my
I
hand.
have slept with 45 people. I'm not ashamed of that because my value isn't tied to how many people I've slept with. I'm a guy. However, you as a woman probably haven't slept with 45 people, but you won't tell me how many people you slept with because you understand you're going to be judged by it. You understand that you're going to get shamed by it. You understand that your value would drop in the dating market, right? You understand that guys will look at her and say, oh my God, okay, cool. Yeah, she's pretty, but damn, she slept with 20 dudes? Fuck no.
Right.
Right? This is what happens.
What if I
so
tell
when
you I'm a
sit here and say,
virgin?
when you sit here and
I'm a
say,
virgin.
hold on, let me finish.
That's why I'm
when you
ashamed.
sit here and say body count doesn't matter, to guys that care for you, it does matter, Diana. It does matter. You have something you want to say or no?
Yeah, I was gonna say, just because you have one body or only two bodies or you're a virgin, the whole world doesn't need to know that shit. Only you
Yeah.
and the
No, you
person
have
that
to,
you
yeah,
want to
have it on a
ask, or if you're
notepad.
telling, it's something personal that only you should be within, whether you're a virgin or not. So it's not even about being the embarrassment that those 100 people are watching.
Yeah.
It's none of their business.
No,
If
but
they
I'm
wanna
saying
know,
in
they can
general.
just-
I'm saying in general. Like, I'm not telling her to go outside of here today after the show and tell everybody her body count. I don't tell you ladies to say that. What I'm saying is, if you were to say it, if you went out there to Wynwood tonight and said your body count, people would judge you for it. If you said it here tonight, people would judge you for it. You know this. Inherently, you know this. And the problem is, you're like, oh, well, it's only my business and the guy I'm talking to's business. But the thing is, women don't even want to be honest about who they slept with or how many people they slept with. Period. Even when it is the guy that's trying to get to know you. You know how many times I've dated girls that lied about their body count?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Girls lie about their body count all the time, Diana. Why?
who
Why do you
you've
think?
met,
No,
not
no, bro.
It's who
I'm,
you've met.
I'm 35. I'm
They
35 years old, Diana, and I've dated a lot of girls. And I'm telling you, girls do not like to tell their body count because they understand inherently. Listen, you guys can sit here and say, "Oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter." But for some reason, when it's time to go ahead and say the number, something in your brain
Men are
wakes up,
judgmental.
and you're like, yo, this shit matters. So you can go. It's like me living my whole entire life and being like, oh, committing crimes doesn't matter. But then as soon as a police officer comes around, I'm like, like, bro, like you can't live like that, ladies. Like it either matters or it doesn't. The problem is you guys want to live the life that you're living, having sex with whoever you want, whenever you want, and then be able to say, oh, it doesn't matter, because that's an easy cop out. It's an easy cop out. It's like committing a crime and just being like, oh, God's gonna forgive me. It's all good.
Yeah, we care about body count.
It's all good.
We certainly care about body count, ladies. We're here to tell you, ladies, what men actually fucking think. All right, we're not gonna sugarcoat it. It's the unfiltered truth.
Okay, we got another super chat real quick. Shout out to you, ladies. I'll get to your questions in a bit. We have David Jones. He says, ladies, if women are supposed to support men, then why do they shame conservative women that stay at home and stay-at-home moms? Why do they do that? So if women are supposed to support men, why do women shame women that stay at home?
Women are supposed to support women.
Oh, women. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, yeah, still same thing. So if women are supposed to support women, right? But I guess the sisterhood only really works when the sisterhood protects their agenda.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So like if I was a hoe, I would support hoes.
Right.
Right? And anything that goes against being a hoe, I would shun it because why would you be at home depending on a man to take care of you and your kids? What if he leaves one day? What if he leaves, right? So I would shun that woman because I know that I don't want to live that lifestyle.
Yeah. I think that it's projection when women who are on the outside of the fence get mad at stay-at-home moms or moms who are doing that, because I don't understand why you hate on somebody doing that unless it's a woman just who is the stay-at-home mom shitting on people who are not stay-at-home moms. I think that when it's the other way around, when it's not the stay-at-home mom, it's because they are actually upset that they would want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't feel
I
like
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you think they're hating on something that they can't get?
Or
That they
can
wish
achieve,
they had.
basically.
So yeah.
Okay, but ladies, all of you guys can get it. Being at home, a stay-at-home mom, being a woman who's taking care of the home, who's being provided for, all of you ladies, except for maybe you now, could have gotten it. Okay?
I actually had the opportunity, yes and no. So-
Speaking to the mic.
I said I actually had the opportunity and I wasn't happy, so I said no.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You were a stay-at-home mom. You were being taken care of. You were being provided
I had
for.
the offered. Yes.
Oh, you had the offer. Okay.
Yes.
So let me ask you, why would you turn that down?
Because I was not happy. I was not happy with myself taking that decision. It was not right for me.
Okay.
That's
But
fair.
hold on. Here's the thing, right? Everything's a sacrifice. If you're 46 and you're single, you're sacrificing something. If you're 46 and you're a stay-at-home mom, you're sacrificing something, right? It's like me and her talk about this all the time. If you give up on your dream, you're going to be miserable. And if you chase your dream, and it's a real hard dream to attain, you're going to be miserable.
Not necessarily.
Either, bro, listen, we build a podcast. This shit is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, right? Besides being a parent, right? And if I gave up on this dream, it would also be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life because I gave up on my dream. So which misery do I want, right?
Choose your heart.
Right, so choose your
That's
heart,
what I
right?
did.
So what I'm saying is you had a golden ticket and you turned it down. Why?
And
Yeah,
I'm
why?
because I'm happy and I raised my child in a very good environment and happy.
Do you just like independence? Is that why?
It was just not right, and it just
What wasn't
for me.
right about it?
Or if you can't go
Yeah.
into details about
Yeah,
why it
like-
wasn't right, then I
like
understand.
she said he
living off of
cheated.
someone. Living off of someone,
Okay,
Living off of someone.
Let me just chime in real quick, ladies, because you keep talking about happiness, and happiness is infinite.
a state of mind,
But happiness is infinite. You know what that means? That means it goes on to infinity. You can change. Your happiness could grow
Yeah.
or change each day. So when
Yes.
you're chasing happiness, when are you
I
ever
said
really
content,
happy?
actually.
You said happiness early, but what I'm saying is, ladies, you're basing a lot of your relationships on "I'm not happy, I don't feel good," right? That who cares, right? It's like
It's true.
there's got to be a point in which you go, you know what?
Well,
I
when you're
have
raising a child, it does.
I
it does
have a
care.
duty as a mother, as a woman, to raise these kids, to get them to the point where they're, I'm an empty nester and they're out. And okay, divorce them when you're at fucking 50 or 60 if you really want to do it. But a lot of you women are divorcing at the worst fucking times. And I want to comment real quick on what David Jones says. A lot of women talk about, slaving away, like, oh, I'm home taking care of my man, I'm a wife or whatever it is, and they use the word slave. Being a housewife is a job. It's not, you're not a slave. A lot of women take pride in being a housewife. It's a hard thing to fucking do. So it's not a bad thing to be a housewife.
I don't
And,
disagree, yeah.
I mean, you said you didn't take the deal,
You
but
don't disagree, but you turned that down.
Yeah.
So
I
I have a
She
question.
may,
You
she
were
might not,
saying-
not
Yes,
like
be-
it, no?
You
I
were
don't
get it.
saying that in your relationship that you didn't like it because you like. So was he like the type of dude where it's like if you don't do what he says, he doesn't give you what you want
Or what you need?
or what you need?
It was just offering me like everything, like live here. This is your house.
But he
Hold
wasn't
on,
the type
hold
of
on,
guy
hold
you
on,
were.
hold on. Call him back. after this show, call him back.
shit, call him back right now, damn it.
Call him back.
So basically, he did something that was against your morale.
Exactly.
What? He's offering
Yeah.
her. What?
I'm just trying to figure out what
so,
it- that's
bro,
all.
I'm so confused.
That's what it is. Yes.
Okay.
I'm so
I get that.
confused by that, ladies. I think also too is women don't really know what sacrifice is, right? Like in today's society,
That was for me
you
a
guys have it
sacrifice.
very easy, right? There's a girl that came on this podcast. She's one of the biggest OnlyFans creators in Miami and in the country, and she's also a porn star. And she's someone that we joke around sometimes. I'll call her like a promiscuous little hoe, I'd be like, yo, you're setting the wrong example for your kids and for girls that follow you, because she has a whole bunch of followers. And today she posted a story where she was like, hey, I'm going to the spa today. Don't text me unless you're sending me money, right?
Oh yeah.
And then she starts posting screenshots of guys sending her money, $300.
Did you get any money?
No, so I tried it, and I posted the same story she posted.
Wait, where's my phone? I'll sell you
And,
$5
and
right
I,
now.
I haven't gotten $1 yet.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten
And he
$1.
offered, and he offered nudes,
And I
yo.
offered nudes.
Oh shit.
And I offered nudes.
Damn,
I haven't gotten $1 yet, and I haven't even gotten a girl to offer yet. Right?
Yeah, ladies, I tried that shit and somehow I had negative money. Like
Yeah.
somehow my shit went backwards. Like I had negative fucking money.
So think about how easy women have it in today's society. A woman can go on her Instagram and say, hey, today I'm gonna go do this, and I need the money, and people will send it to her. Dudes will send it to her. You guys have it so easy, and yet you're still miserable. You choose to be miserable. I don't understand it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It does not make any sense to me. I don't think that women really know what sacrifice is. Like for me, sacrifice is, how many hours do I sleep a night?
Oh man.
Well, I
that's
slept pretty good last night, but
2 to 3 hours on average.
On average, every single night, 2 to 3 hours. Yesterday, I actually slept 5. Okay,
Well, that's a good fucking day.
That was
for
a
her.
good fucking day for me.
This
5
motherfucker's
hours.
Texting me at 6 a.m. every.
I'm
fucking
up
day.
at working every single day, right?
Me too.
I'm mad that other people aren't up working with me sometimes,
Is
because
that why you always message people at like 3 a.m.?
yeah,
Yes.
I'm up working.
Yes,
I'm up
he messages
working.
people at like 5 and they're like,
I'm-
did you go to sleep or did
Yeah.
you just wake up?
Yeah.
Yo,
she wakes up sometimes. She's like,
Yeah.
babe, what time did you wake up? I was like, I didn't go to sleep.
Yeah. I don't turn on my alarm because I know he's gonna fucking text me 8 times in the morning.
Yeah,
so I just
bro.
like, let me just put it on.
Listen,
fucking,
I sacrifice. I have kids. I got a girlfriend. I have people that depend on me. I know what sacrifice means. Women, you guys can wake up, post a story and get paid. You guys can go open an OnlyFans and get your bills paid. You guys really don't know what struggle is. And I think that the worst thing that a woman can do in today's society is pass up on a good guy or a good offer, which is why I tell women, especially once you're like 30 plus, go ahead and find a good guy. Go ahead and find a good guy. He doesn't have to be the perfect guy. Just find a good guy.
Yeah.
The same advice I would give my daughter.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're gonna expect your daughter to be okay with the man cheating on her, then,
Oh,
correct?
so here's what I'll tell you about my daughter, right?
I was about to say, I want to
All right, let me
piggyback on
finish.
that.
All right.
they're trying to get you, Eric. They're trying to get you.
Yo,
Trying to get
anything they can do to...
They think they
I'm
stumped you.
never-
Yo, it's like that weak spot. That's that one weak spot. Let
Your
me tell you.
daughter.
So here's the thing, right? My daughter's my best friend. I have a daughter and I have a son. My daughter's my heart. I love my son. That's my boy. My daughter's my heart. That's my heart, right? It's my job to protect her. It's my job to guide her. It's my job to make sure she doesn't run into guys like me when I was younger, right? It's my job. I know what I used to do to these girls. And it's funny because I only ever like dated or slept with girls that were from single mother homes, didn't have fathers, or had some type of trauma, right? And it wasn't by design, but that's just what I attracted, right? Like the girls in high school that would come up and talk to me, they were broken women. Women with father figures, they don't typically just go up and talk to guys. That's not how they're not designed that way. They respect themselves, right? So even if they think a guy's attractive, they're not just gonna go up and talk to him and be like, "Hey, come here, let's go to my house after school." They're not gonna do that. They can't. Dad's at home waiting, right? So my job is to make sure that my daughter gets guided the right way, and hopefully, you know, her and I choose a good soulmate for her. I have to do that too, ladies. The father has stepped out of that role back in the day, right? What fathers used to do is they used to go and do their own research on the guy that his daughter was going to marry. I want to know your parents. Back in the day, parents used to meet each other, right? Back in the day, parents used to see, well, what do you do for a living? What does your mom do for a living? You know, what's your background like? Are you guys close-knit family? Like, I got to know all these details because I care about my daughter. So eventually, once she gets married, because this is where you guys want to get me at, right? Do you expect her to get cheated on? My daughter should know if you have a good guy, if he's providing for you, if he's protecting you. If he cheats, it's not a big deal. Don't leave your guy. Hold on, let me finish. Don't leave your guy because he cheated on you. However, I strongly believe that men will also change for women that are valuable. Like if a woman is a virgin, that guy is more likely to not cheat on her because she is a virgin, because she's virtuous, because she's pure. And he's more likely to say, you know what? I actually have a good woman. I know what it's like to have bad women. I actually have a good woman. She's a virgin. She waited for me. This is special. Now, if you have 30 bodies, and if my daughter had 30 bodies and she married a guy, I already know this guy's going into the relationship with a level of disrespect to an extent. It's just the way that it is. It's just the way that it is. It sounds horrible to hear, but when you're not a virgin, that guy knows someone else has had you. And men don't like sharing things like that. I don't want to share my car with another man. I don't want to share my house with another man. I don't want to share my boat with another man. I definitely don't want to share my fucking woman with another man. Mm-hmm. So, ladies, think about it like that. Okay? What's up?
So I have a question. Imagine your daughter thinks this guy is the one. Mm-hmm. She have sex with him. This guy cheated 1,000 times.
That's not happening.
Just stay with him.
That's not happening because my daughter should save herself to marriage. You got to understand, ladies.
Yeah.
If you listen, I understand you don't know what it's like to have a real fucking father, ladies. But if you wait to marriage, where's this guy going? He's fucked. Marriage is designed to help women. Let me tell you how it's designed to help women. Divorce, alimony, child support, right? All these things that happen when a guy and a woman get divorced, the men get the short end of the stick every single time. Mm-hmm. So if a guy divorces you, if a guy divorces you, he's fucked.
Only if the woman's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Honestly.
What do you mean?
So
Do you mean if the woman's making more money?
No, that doesn't make any sense. A woman always.
I agree with you. When people get divorced, yes, the court favors the mom. But if the mom was...
I'm not talking about even just the mom. I'm talking about just even if you don't have kids. The court's always going to favor the woman, period. The
courts, yes. But if the woman
the courts are all that matter when it comes to divorce. Not public
really.
opinion.
No, because you don't even have to go to court. If you
are married legally, you have to go to court.
You can have a sit down with you. If I was married and I was going through a divorce, my soon-to-be ex could sit there, I'd sit here, his lawyer there, my lawyer here, and we could have a talk and come to an agreement.
You're not understanding. When a woman gets cheated on, she doesn't give a fuck about what this guy thinks or what he feels. She's going out for revenge, right? When a woman gets cheated on, listen, women are the most emotional creatures in the world. When you guys are mad, you don't give a fuck about shit.
You don't care about anything.
You don't care about what he did
especially
for your birthday.
What you guys do when you cheated?
No,
you didn't.
I have to input something.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been cheated on before. Actually, my first boyfriend, my high school boyfriend, I lost my virginity to him. He cheated on me, and I realized that it was something that was going to keep happening because of my father. My father is very involved in my life, so is my stepfather. And I know that you disagree on the fact of remarriage, but because my mom remarried, she has been with that guy, and he has led a complete example for not only for my siblings, but for myself. He has been a man that has provided financially to my mother, has shown loyalty, value. He's been a father figure to myself and has taught me a lot of things. Their relationship, in fact, has taught me more about the morals that I want to have and have led by a better example than the relationship my mom had with my father.
But your stepfather is also, from what I at least like to think, the minority. There's not too many guys out there that would do that, you know? And if there are, they're hard to find.
But again, my mom went out to find something of value, So,
but the exception doesn't make the rule. I can't sit here and tell all the other ladies at the table, go do what her mother did because her mother did it. Chances are they're not going to find the same luck that your mom did.
But you're generalizing
it's possible.
But this is what we do on the show. We generalize because we're speaking for the majority, not the minority. Mm-hmm. I know there's probably women at this table that have had exceptions in their lives, but I'm not talking about you guys. I'm speaking for all women in general. There's more women than there are men. For every one man, there's 3 women. Okay? And even then, the numbers shrink because there's like 22 million men that are incarcerated. Like the numbers, I think 50 million guys are like have mental illnesses. So like you guys really only have like a billion guys to really choose from. Like a billion, because there's another billion guys that are already taken in a marriage. So like your numbers, and then you guys are also, from that 1 billion guys, you guys are also picking the top percentage of that 1 billion guys.
We're not fat.
And I'm sorry?
We're not fat.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I'm thinking my chances. I'm thinking on my chances.
Yeah.
She said we're
oh,
not
you're
fat
talking about like that's why
guys.
you have a good chance at getting one of those.
Better, a little bit better.
But you
I
have
would
to
say.
understand, right? Like the top percentage of guys, right? The top percentage of guys, we're looking for the best. They're looking for the best. They want the best because they are the best, right?
All guys are the best.
Well, no. Think about it like this. Why do you think?
Sorry,
why do you think in Hollywood they only date each other? You ever notice like these actors don't
Because
ever
they
date?
understand
Can I
each other.
finish?
Sorry.
You ever wonder like look at Hollywood, bro? They'll rotate women before they date someone from Taco Bell.
A normie.
Like J Lo would date Mark Anthony, Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck will go marry Jennifer Love Hewitt. Like you fucked someone I did a movie with. Like that's just the way they see it. They don't go down, right? They're always looking for the same type of guys. You ladies are also looking for the same type of guys. You want him to be strong. You want him to be tall. You want him to be competent. You want him to make good money. You want him to make more money than you, right? You guys aren't looking for the guys that make $35,000 a month. I mean, a year. You guys aren't looking for that. You guys aren't looking at the guy who's 5'6". You want a guy that's taller than you, even when you wear heels. You guys aren't looking at, you're not looking at, some broke bum that plays Xbox.
That's a lie. I was with a broke bum.
But you're not with him anymore.
Listen to what she said. I was with a broke bum. Why aren't you with him now?
I'm not with him now because
he's a broke bum.
No. I don't want to say why because I don't want to get you guys in trouble for YouTube. But it was about something like what she said earlier. So,
What did I say?
Oh, yeah, she
That I
said,
wouldn't-
okay, yeah,
I'd
we're not
rather-
going to talk about that, yeah. Nah, she's talking about domestic stuff.
I do want
Okay, real quick, hold on, ladies.
Sorry.
Crypto Reset says, ladies, should a man take a single mom seriously? If you think they should, then would you let your successful self-made millionaire son date a single mother? Who wants to take this one?
Yes, I will.
Who said yes?
I will. So, speaking in my personal experience, my parents got divorced when I was 9 months old. My dad has remarried 5 times. My mom has only
Exception doesn't make the rule.
My mom
Exception
has
doesn't
remarried
make the rule.
once, and my stepdad is just like her stepdad. He was a good
Okay, how about this?
role model
Be honest
for
with me. I want you to be completely honest
Yes.
with me, okay? I consider you a good friend of the show, right? How many men did your mom have to date before she met him?
I personally don't know that. Before,
But it was a few, right?
I would say maybe 3.
Okay, cool.
I only know of one other one because she didn't introduce them to us or talk to us about it.
The exception does not make the rule, right? Like there's people that are born with like 20 toes, right? But those are the minorities. There's people that are born with like weird allergies. There's someone allergic to water and some shit. Like, bro, those are the minorities. You and her are the minority. If I put you ladies and we compare you to the rest of the population, you are the minority. Your moms went out there and found good guys to marry, and they're good men that are providing and protect. But you guys are the minority.
And ladies, real quick though, this is why we say you make poor choices, because y'all always think of the possibility. Well, there's a possibility that I could find this. There's a possibility I could find that. You need to understand there's a guy, men, we think about the probability. We look at a logical standpoint. We look at it from a logical viewpoint, so we can guide you a lot better. The possibility of finding Prince Charming, no, we want you to find that guy. This is why what he was talking about earlier, where we can vet that guy for you. He's gonna help his daughter find a guy, and if she's 40, he's failed as a father because he's gonna help her date. Basically, you're gonna be dating with your daughter. Like, yo,
that's my job, bro.
Yeah, you have to.
It's my job because when I walk my daughter down the aisle, I'm looking at this guy in his eyes, and I'm saying, "Here you are, my daughter, the most precious thing to me. I'm giving her to you now. It's your responsibility to protect, to provision, to provide for her. I've already done it. Yeah. I've done my job."
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
You? So, as a father to your daughter, you're teaching all her these things. So in the end, you're basically teaching her these morals to have a high expectation, but yet you've been telling me that my standards are too high, and I don't. So
you're 27,
like,
Lauren, and you're not a virgin. You're 27.
I'm not a virgin, but that's another thing too. Like I've gone out.
You can't
to date
compare
a few,
yourself to a virgin.
Okay, but that's another thing too. You're saying, okay, it's a problem to go out and date, but then yet you're telling us to go out and date, and not only that, it's conflicting to me because, yeah, I've tried to go out and date, but you have to also understand that me as a woman, I don't want to go out and date every single week, multiple guys, and let alone the very few that I have gone on dates with. There have been situations that I've been put in that I don't want to be in, like, you know, sexual, like men trying to be sexual with me, and I've had to.
Where's that happening at a restaurant?
No, like after, like, you know, when they've tried to take me home, or, you know, like some of these guys have insisted to pick me up, and they have, and then it's led me into a very uncomfortable situation.
You put yourself in that situation.
No, you're supposed to take me home. I'm telling you to take me home, and you're not taking me home. And then you're putting your hands on me. I'm telling you to take your hands off, and you're not listening.
Okay.
And then you start calling me a bitch. That's not appropriate.
Okay, now where'd you find these guys?
So that one
Tinder?
individual, no, I met through my cousin, and the person has like a business. The family has a business. I thought, wow, this is somebody who has had a good upbringing, you know, from what I've been told. He's friends with my family member. You know, I know somewhat of his background based off like my cousin and my cousin's mom.
Hold on. What did you put next to her name? Picking the wrong guy? What would you say was hers?
So right next to her, I put
picking the wrong guy.
Picking the wrong guy and standards.
Yeah, you're picking the wrong guys. You need to. Yes,
is
you
it really
are.
about picking the wrong guy?
Hold on. Before we move on, I do want to say, because I don't want to, be. I don't want you to think that we don't care about the situation that you just talked about, you know, or that we're insensitive about it. It is unfortunate that some dudes are out there doing that dumb shit. Mm-hmm. It is very unfortunate. But also, my thing was date with intention, right? So like you're not a virgin. So at some point in time, you dated someone and you gave him sex, or you gave multiple people sex. And my thing is, I tell this, and I swear to God, at this point, I say it every single night. I tell women, date with intentions. What does that mean? Because girls come on here and they're like, well, how do I know if a guy really likes me? How do I know if this guy's really going to stick around? And I say it every single time. Make a guy wait a year. Oh, but what if I wait a year and the sex is bad? So what? So what? Right? So what the sex is bad? Most guys won't last a month. Most guys won't wait 2 months. So the fact that you're weeding out the bad guys, when you get to a year, a guy's invested so much into you already, he doesn't just want to leave, right? So like, if I'm courting a woman for a whole year, we've never had sex, but I've spent time, resources, you know, I know her favorite color, I've bought her favorite flowers, I've taken her on trips. When I get that, it's going to be special to me. Mm-hmm. I'm not just going to say, oh, well, there you go, a year, I got it now, peace. That's not how it works, ladies. But most women don't want to wait a year. Right? So I would say wait a year. That's my number one advice to women. But again, we live in a society where it's feel. I feel like I want to have sex now. And this is why men are leaving you guys. This is why. And he didn't ask me from. This is why they're leaving you, ladies. Real quick, shout out to we got a new member.
Ashley.
Shout out to Ashley. She just became a member. Shout out to you. Welcome to Super Saiyan. We appreciate your support. And then we also have another one from Jose. Rate the man himself, Lord Peachy, from 1 to 10. Okay, cool. So this is the thing. We can't pull up, and then we have Peachy saying, and then we have Peachy saying, rate Jose from 1 to 10. All right, guys. So we currently aren't, because, you know, we have a new producer back there. We currently aren't pulling up IGs. But yeah, man, if you guys have another question, just, you know, let Jules know, because we can't do that right now, guys. Shout out to him back there. He's doing a good job, man. Guys, listen, real quick before we continue. We have Hector's coming tomorrow, guys. I'm so excited for you guys to meet him. He's coming tomorrow. We have new collabs with Zerka, okay? Mm-hmm. We have new collabs with other big YouTubers, okay? Huge YouTubers. Yeah. And so we're excited to bring you guys all trust me, bro, I'm not on 2 hours of sleep for nothing. Okay? I'm not on 3 hours of sleep for nothing. I'm working hard for you guys. We appreciate all your support. Real quick, back to you. It is my job to date with my daughter. I know that sounds weird, right? But it's my job to protect her. It's my job to make sure she and also, ladies, think about it like this. If the guy who's trying to court my daughter knows I have to go through her father to get to her, there's a level of respect right there. Mm-hmm. There's a level of respect. Like, I would respect the shit out of any woman that had a father that stood in my way and said, okay, you want my daughter? Show me what you got. Mm-hmm. Show me what type of man you are. Show me what you can provide for her. Mm-hmm. Show me where your family comes from. Show me, right? Or even if you don't have the perfect family, show me you're a good man.
Yeah.
And show me for a long time, because it ain't no 1 month, right? I would never let my daughter go sleep at a dude's house after one. What?
If I had to meet meet a woman's dad, I would be like, man, I don't want to let him down.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, not only do I don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah.
Right. He vets me, and now he's giving me the, when you go and you go to prom and the dad sits you down, he's grilling you. Right. He's doing that for a whole year or however long it is. You don't want to let him down. You want to let her down. It makes the dating process much more serious.
It does, because at this point, he also becomes like a father figure to you.
Right.
Right. So like this guy that's dating my girl, my daughter, mm-hmm. he's like, yo, this is a good father. Exactly. He cares about this girl. Mm-hmm. I don't want to let him down. He's kind of like my father too now. Mm-hmm. And so think about how powerful that is. Mm-hmm. Now imagine if you just have a mother. Just her mother.
But you'll still go out and cheat.
This guy doesn't really respect. What are you guys laughing about?
I'm sorry. It's just the way you
the
just
way
like
you
throw
come
us off
in,
and then come in because we don't.
You guys got to
expect
speak
you
into the
say
mic,
something.
man.
I'm sorry. It's the way you come in. It's like comedic timing. It's so funny.
It really
The way
is,
I
'cause you're
come
like,
in.
Now imagine if you had a mother.
Yeah. Listen.
Just a mother?
I think you're funny, bro.
Now a mother,
Okay. Imagine if it was just a mother.
Like me?
Now,
like a single mother?
Single mothers do raise good kids.
Mhm.
I'm not saying they don't, but
Okay.
the numbers indicate that you guys actually raise bad kids, worse kids than fathers, right? So like they did a study, and they did a study. You don't have to agree with me, but you can't not agree with the numbers. They did a study, and they said that a child who is raised by a mother and a father has a good chance at growing up to be a successful adult. Now, a single mother that raises a kid by herself, typically they don't end up being successful. Now, here's the funny part about it. A single father raising a kid has the same chance as the mother and the father that raised the kid together. So you're telling me that the single father has the same level of success as the couple that's raising their kid, but a single mother does not. Like all the school shooters, single mothers. All the people in prison, single mothers.
We
All
have
the
some stats
murderers,
if you wanna go
all the
over.
murderers, single mothers. Go ahead.
So, fathers' homes, there are 90% homeless and runaway children.
Into the mic and speak up louder, please.
63% of teen suicides come from fathers' homes. 85% of children and teens have behavior problem. It has a direct link to teen pregnancy and sexual activity. 70% of teenage pregnancies come from fathers' homes. 20% more likely to be incarcerated. 11 times more likely to exhibit violent behavior. Yeah.
I mean, hey, these are statistics that she pulled up. You can't argue with the numbers. You can argue with me, but you cannot argue with the numbers. Like I said, all the school shooters, single mothers. Mm-hmm. They did all the murderers, single mothers. All the people who are, I don't want to say the word because of YouTube, but abusing kids and doing all this single mothers. Single mothers, single mothers, single mothers. Okay. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but typically. Go ahead.
I have a question. How about if single mother, but the father is involved in the child's life?
That's
like
a little
very,
different. That's
very
a little
involved.
different. But
Okay.
here's the thing, right? When you have a single mother, typically with the single mother, because if I get it, it happens sometimes where people break up and you have good co-parenting. Mm-hmm. But typically what happens is if you break up, women are very, very spiteful. So the woman will use the child as leverage to get back at the man. Listen, you can disagree all you want. I have kids. I've seen it myself.
Okay. We had a woman here yesterday, the Crystal, the older 39-year-old that was there. Literally before the show, she's arguing with the baby daddy and the same shit that he's talking about.
Okay, so guess what happens? I have custody of the kids. I'm mad at you. You can't see your kids. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to see your kids, you're going to see them when I want you to see the kids. Right? I see this shit every fucking single day. Okay?
That's right.
My fucking ex tried to do that shit to me. And I went to the fucking closest lawyer I could find. I took her ass to court and I said, try that shit. Because I'm not a deadbeat dad. Right, like you're not, and as soon as a lawyer's involved, I'm dropping everything, cool. Yeah, because I'm not playing that shit. I'm not playing that shit. Like you're not. My kids are not gonna go through what I went through. There's no way. As soon as I leave my kids' lives, they're more likely to go through what I went through. So I don't want that for them. Now, if you do have a single mother and the father's involved, typically that it evens out, right? So like they still have a good chance because the father's involved. But as soon as the father leaves, those kids usually go through hell. It's just the way that it is. Because the thing is, a mother has to work. A mother has to provide, right? So like, what are you doing when your mom's working at Wendy's 14 hours a day, right? When you get home from school, who's raising you, right? And then, maybe the stepdad's at home with you. But guess what? The stepdad might not be a good guy.
I used to do stupid shit. I was raised by a single mom. I used to go up on our roof. Like, we were like 5-6 years old, and we could literally die. Like, me and my brother used to do dumb shit. I hit my brother in the face with a golf club. I was terrorizing everything.
My man's going down memory lane. Okay.
I'm serious, bro.
Right, cool.
I did fucked up shit, bro.
Shout out to the
you need to have a dad in the house, guys.
Yeah, you guys, and listen, it doesn't mean we hate women. It doesn't mean we hate women. My daughter's the most important thing in my life. I have a girlfriend. I have 4 sisters I love. I came from a woman, my mother, okay? My grandmother raised me until I can remember. And I love women. It doesn't mean we hate women. I'm just telling you guys the facts. Single mothers typically are not good for society. Go do your research. I'm telling you, it's not a good look. Okay, I have a question for the ladies. Okay, so we all know that pussy is power, correct? Everybody agree with that? In society, pussy's power, correct? Everybody agree with that? You know that. Come on.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and say, dick is power. Right? Like, it would sound stupid, right? Okay. So if we all know that pussy is power, then was there ever a time in history that pussy wasn't power?
No.
No.
Never.
No.
You look like, I don't know.
No comment.
No comment. Okay. So doesn't that mean that women have always been in power and have always had power?
Not after they sleep with the first person, no? After they sleep with the first person.
No, but I'm talking
there's
in
no
general
power.
now. I'm not talking about you personally.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
saying in general, right? Like if we know, like right now, you guys, none of you guys are virgins, but pussy is still power today. You guys can all, even you at 46, can walk out of here and find a guy, some random guy that would sleep with you. So pussy is still power, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So then if pussy has always been power, then why is it that women claim to be oppressed?
Who?
Because
in general.
the power that they're going for is a different power
Yes.
from what pussy provides. I guess. Did I say that right?
So it's a different power.
Yeah, like pussy provides you the power to like what? Make a nigga like buy your nails and your hair and some food, but like the power that I guess other women are going for now is like the power of like how would I explain it? Like the power of what, like I guess like a high value
Impact into
man.
society.
Yeah, an impact to society. Yeah.
Yeah, but think about it like this. You guys don't really have to do much in society.
Why?
Because what building have you constructed?
Which one have you constructed?
Okay, but see, listen, I'm not doing that, but men are. When, you can't sit here and say women are building skyscrapers. You can't sit here and say women are in the oil rigs, right? Like you can't sit here and tell me they're building railroad tracks. Like the hard jobs, who's doing them?
Yeah, men.
Okay. So your argument is as they should. As they should, right? Yeah.
Shut up, bro. Okay.
Yo, you guys are funny as shit, bro.
We got the two sillies over
It's
here.
like we have like 2 little random parrots on the show, bro. Like just like just randomly. Okay. So so what I'm saying is, ladies, you guys are your power is all you need. Your power is all you need. It's just in today's society, the world is telling you that you can be as equal as a man, you can work as much as a man, you can be a CEO like a man, and you don't need a man, you can pay your own bills, and all that stuff leads you to you. 46-year-old, single,
Which I want to
and
be
miserable.
right now. No, I'm not miserable.
You are.
What, you still no, you're
You are.
So can I ask you a
You're
question?
mistaken.
Can I ask you a
Yeah, of
question?
course. Yeah.
Would you rather be 49 and single, or would you rather have met a good, decent man and be 49 in a relationship,
Yeah.
experiencing life things and life moments with a partner?
Yes.
Or would you rather do that on your own?
No, I would rather have a partner, absolutely.
So then
but
why are you single, and why do you say you're content with
Because
being
I
single
haven't-
if you
like I
want
s-
that with a partner?
Like I mentioned before, I haven't found anybody, and I'm not looking because I'm content of what I'm doing right now.
In your 46 years of life,
I already
you
have-
haven't found
I
somebody
have,
to
I have
settle down with?
No, I had relationships before. I never said that.
Wait,
Dude, 46 years for you to find one person to settle down
No.
with, and you haven't found that?
I had relationships before.
but you can't
it
say you're
didn't work.
content and then also say that you want a
want a
relationship.
No, that
relationship.
I didn't say I want.
Yes,
You told
Into the
me-
mic.
you told me.
Into the mic, please.
Into the mic. Into the mic.
Okay, you asked
Pull it
me if
close
I
to you.
rather.
Would you rather
okay.
want a relationship and be married and have life things happen with your partner, or would you rather want to be single, experiencing them on your own like you are now?
I rather want what I have right now because I feel content with myself and my life where I'm at.
You feel.
Okay, but then
Yes.
why would you want a
It's a
boyfriend?
lie.
When I said that I wanted a boyfriend,
She asked you if you would want to be with someone else.
if I rather,
Or would you- right.
am I- no, I don't want anybody right now. I'm not looking. I'm not desperate.
So when are you gonna want somebody? When you're 60?
I'm not looking. I already,
Chill on her.
I already
it's
had
true.
relationships. I already been there, done that. I don't want it right now.
Maybe she just
She's
thinks
done.
that I get it. Maybe you've just been through some bad relationships maybe you're jaded. Maybe that's what it is. But you can't look. When I was in prison, there's like a jail within a jail. It's called solitary. When you fight or whatever, you go in there, right? And you learn real quick when you go in there how we're not supposed to be alone. Now you're lucky. You live in society. You can go on the social media. You can go on your phone and get some attention. But when you're in that cell and there's no windows and there's no talking, you find out real quick how we are social creatures. We are meant to be around other human beings. We're not meant to be alone. As a matter of fact, they did a study that people that go into solitary confinement in prison actually go crazy. We're not meant to be alone. You can sit here and say, "Oh, but you're not meant to be alone." You're so beautiful. You shouldn't be alone. Like, you can sit here and tell yourself that all you want, but you're lying to yourself.
Eric, I
That's
want to
like-
ask you something.
Go ahead.
So, in your opinion, both of you, and your name is, I'm sorry?
Steve.
Craig. Sorry, go ahead.
So, Eric and Steve, do you think that society now, in regards to men, do you think that men now are lacking masculinity?
That's the question.
I didn't know if you ended there.
I have something else I'm going to say
No, I'm
after
sorry,
that,
it's
but I
'cause
want
it
you to
looked-
answer that question
It just-
first so I can
okay, I got
get
you.
to...
Yeah, because it looked like there was like something else you were gonna say.
No.
Okay. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just like you're taking the time today to, enlighten some of us women on the concepts of relationship, why aren't you bringing men on this podcast to educate them on the importance of a relationship and being a man?
That's a great
Because
question.
women are not the only problem nowadays.
It is.
They actually
like I said,
do be bringing men
accountability.
on here
That's
sometimes.
a great question, and what she just said. We actually used to bring men on here, okay, a lot, and we just came to the studio because we had to relocate. We used to have another studio, but yes, we do. But here's the thing, and this sucks to say, nobody gives a fuck about men.
Yeah.
Ladies, we could bring a whole panel of guys over here and talk to them, and I promise you, nobody would watch that. Nobody, because men don't care about men. I only care about the men around me. Okay, and I care about making a difference for the men that watch me and the men back in Baltimore, which is where I'm from. I'm not from Miami. I want to go back and make a difference in their lives. But typically, I know what it's like to be a man. Right? When I was homeless, no man came up to me, and they drove by in cars. No man came up to me and said, "Hey, come here. Let me change your life. Let me give you a place to sleep and some food." Bro, as a man, you figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
Now, I used to see women that were homeless, and I just remember a lot of cars stopping. "Yo, you okay? What's going on? You need something?" Life is different for a man. So I don't care. It's not my job to change other men.
Yeah.
My job is to help women. I don't really care about men, to be honest. It's that I don't mean to sound fucked up, but I just don't.
Hold on. Let me just answer that too, though, because we do have a lot of men that also watch the show, so they don't physically need to be here.
Correct.
For us to be helping them. These discussions with you ladies here help men, keep going. So. And kind of like he was saying, when we don't have anybody to come and save us, no one really cares about
nobody.
Men. You ladies, like he said, pussy's power. You always have your beauty and your pussy. That can get you by. Okay, I'm not saying you're going to be a prostitute, but what I'm saying is the fact that you are a woman, people look at you like, oh, I got to help her out because she looks like she's homeless.
Yeah.
With us, no one's fucking coming to save us.
Nobody.
So we have a lot of men that are watching that are learning from these very conversations.
Also, ladies, I want to say this, right? And I want to emphasize it. I wouldn't be the man I am today if someone had come and helped me out. I just wouldn't. If someone came and took the hardship from me, I wouldn't know what it's like to not want to go back there. Right? I wouldn't know what it's like to not want my son to experience. Like, if someone saved me from that, if I was coddled, I wouldn't know what it's like to suffer, and they would have robbed me. Right? And that when I say that, that's how we feel about men. We want those men to go through that. Now, it's unfortunate. A lot of men, unfortunately, they self-delete, right? Because they can't handle it. But it's different. Like, I have a son and I have a daughter, right? I treat them differently, And I had a woman that came on here. Well, you're sexist. Like, you should treat your son the same. No, I can't do that because my daughter is my heart, but she will take another man's name one day.
Yeah.
My son is my legacy. I can't treat him the same. I'm going to shelter my daughter. I'm going to provide for her. She's going to have it easy. But she'll go on and be someone else's one day. My son is mine. He's my legacy. I have to build him up for that.
Right.
So that's the difference between men and women.
And ladies, when men struggle, we get stronger. When you struggle, you get weaker.
Correct.
You're the trauma, right? Too
Yeah.
many relationships, too many dicks. You guys take that to heart. You're like, fuck, like this ruined my life. Like this guy sucks. And then you think of the last guy, and then the next
Correct.
guy has to
Yeah.
pay for that guy's mistakes, right? So, but with guys, we get stronger. That's why we go to the military. We do things. Yo, I'm stronger now. We need that.
Yeah.
We don't want you to struggle. You shouldn't have to.
Yeah, like I don't like those
Exactly.
those 43 girls didn't affect my life. Those who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? But if you sleep with 45 men,
Oh yeah.
you're fucked.
Right.
You are fucked. And I remember there was one girl that came on here. She slept with 200 guys in 1 year.
I remember that.
She's fucked.
I think I was on that episode.
Yeah.
Super fucked.
She's super fucked.
She took weekends.
Yo, she's funny as shit, bro.
She took weekends off, bro.
Yeah, nah, she was doing some. Okay, so the other part of your question was what?
There is something, well, that kind of answered a lot, but there is something that I want clarification on from men. And I want to know if this is true or not. Do you men decide to settle down when you're ready or when the right person comes around?
She's asking some good questions tonight, bro. Holy shit. Okay. So for me, I can't speak for all men, but for me personally, I think what happens for a guy is our 20s and our 30s are two different things, ladies. Your 20s, which is why I said earlier, your 20s are your valuable years, right? Like I would never wait if I was a woman. First of all, if I was a woman, I'd be a slut. I'm just being honest. I would be a slut. I would be such a fucking slut. But I would be a logical slut. And I would say, I'm such a slut. I know I'm never gonna get a good guy. But a lot of girls are big sluts, and they're like, "Oh, I still deserve a good guy." I'd be a logical one. Now, I would. I'd be a logical one. Yeah, listen.
To say as a man.
I'd be you. I would be 46. No. I'd be single in 46.
Yeah, he's saying he'd be your age.
Yeah, I'd be 46
slutting-
and single
he'd be slutting
because I'd be
towards-
logical, and I'd be like, bro, I'm not gonna get a man. I know I'm not.
Yo, Eric is wild.
No, I'm not. Okay, but for me, I think what happens with a guy is, I think most guys need a purpose in life. For me, my purpose was when my daughter was born. That was my purpose. And then after that, it was, how do I provide for her? Right? When my daughter was born, it changed my life. I honestly think my daughter saved my life. But now that I'm an adult, I realize I'm building something, but it's nice to have someone to build with. Like I don't want to build it and then meet someone and be like, oh, cool, this girl's for whatever I have. Yeah. I want to build with someone. And I think the best thing a woman can do is prepare herself to be found. right? Like you don't want to be 23 still fucking around at clubs and then the right guy comes along and you're so distracted that you miss out on him.
Well, the club is definitely not a place to meet your partner.
No,
I would
but I'm
say.
saying like
Just
we
the
didn't
activity,
we didn't meet
yeah.
at the club,
Mhm.
but we met on the podcast.
Yeah.
And but imagine what I'm saying is, let's say we met at the podcast, but her lifestyle is going to the club, drinking,
Yeah.
so that's distracting her.
Yeah.
She's not necessarily looking to be in a relationship. She's distracted. What I mean is, you should prepare yourself to find a good guy, right? Like you don't go looking for him; he'll find you, right?
Exactly.
I'm a big believer that men find women. So when women are like, "Oh, I haven't found the right guy," you shouldn't be finding him. He should find you, but you should be ready to be found. So when you do get found, don't have a whole bunch of bodies. Don't have toxic girlfriends. Don't have all this trauma. Because the thing about me is, I didn't want to fix her. This is my girlfriend. I didn't want to fix her. I wanted to find someone that was ready to get with my program. I can't fix you and then also be successful at what I'm trying to do. It's too much work.
Come healed.
Well,
Come
she-
healed.
You have to, but also she doesn't. It's not her job to heal me either, though.
Right.
Like it's not her job to heal my trauma. Like
Right.
I came at her and I said, look, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. I'm ready to do it. I'll do it by any means necessary.
You were ready.
And I was ready.
Yeah.
You're
And
ready.
in return, she was ready. And that's typically how it happens. But if she wasn't ready, it would have never worked.
Yeah. So,
No, I know you-
hold on. To answer your question though, it's kind of like what he says. When the right person comes along, then we know we're ready. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
When the
Correct.
right person.
She
Okay,
asking,
well,
when did you
because,
know?
That's a good point.
This is something that I've even discussed with my girlfriends. We've seen, people that we know.
Wait, did you miss that though? What he's saying is the guy's finding. So when
The
I
right-
found her, that's when I realized I found the one, but she wasn't looking for me. I found her, but she was ready to be found.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, this is where I'm going off of reference. I have a couple of guy friends, and they've, actually one of them ended up settling down when he was ready, right? And we've talked about other people outside of the group. I've talked about, but there was that one person that he really connected with. And he seems somewhat unhappy. He settled down when he was ready, but he seems like there's a part of him missing. And I feel like that's where some things go down not in the right direction. Because if you would have settled down with the person that it worked well with, then you would have grown even more than you did with the person that you settled down with when you were ready. You don't think?
I think I see what you're trying to say. It's a little confusing, but here's the thing. I've talked to her before because when we first met, she believed in soulmates, right? Like she believed in that. She was like, "Oh, you're my soulmate." Like, yo, anyone could be your soulmate. Any one person can be your soulmate. A soulmate wasn't a person that God created and he was like, I'm gonna put this guy in Egypt. You find a way to find this guy. He's your soulmate. That's not the way it works. The soulmate could be anyone you meet on the way to Egypt. He could be the guy sitting next to you at the airplane. It just depends on how hard you're willing to work for this
I
relationship.
do believe in connection very much because I have settled down with the person that I felt like was right. Like my first boyfriend, I didn't really like him. I liked him, but I wasn't in love. I wasn't, I was waiting for that to come, because I was part of getting to know him. And after 2 years, I realized this isn't going to grow into something more deep down. And
I don't believe that.
in the end, I did kind of have an effect on the relationship. And that's part of one of the reasons why he cheated.
I think that I'm sorry to cut you off. I think if that guy, here's another thing I believe, ladies. I think that there's not one guy, if there's a relationship and a girl wants to leave, if the guy really wants to save that relationship, he can save it. I'm a big believer in that. Think about your ex, your baby daddy, your sugar, whatever. If a guy really wanted to save it, he will do whatever to save it. And a girl would sit here and she'll say, I see this guy is willing to do whatever it takes to save this relationship. I'd be dumb to leave. It's kind of like when a guy meets a girl and she has no interest. And this guy pursues and he's resilient and he never stops and he's consistent. And one day she's like, damn, 6 months in, this guy just won't quit. There's got to be something special about him. Let me give him a chance. And then they end up getting married and then, oh my God, he's my soulmate. But because the guy wanted to make it work. right? So I think that you can make it work with anyone. I just think, unfortunately, Lauren, I think people are so invested into their own feelings that we make decisions based off feelings instead of duty. Like like I didn't learn about duty until just now. Like it took me last year to learn about duty when I was in a relationship for 12 years with a woman, and she looks at me now like, you just learned that now? Think about that for a second, right? 12-year relationship, didn't know I could have made it work with her if I really wanted to. But I understand what duty is now. Like I understand, like it's not about your feeling, it's not about what you want to do, it's about what you're supposed to do as a man. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do it the hard way. The problem is, you know, women typically initiate divorces because of just how they feel.
Right. Women aren't doing what they're supposed to do. We have a supposed to do, but women don't feel like they.
But
have
also, she has
to
a good point. Men are very feminine, so because men are feminine, they're also feeling. They're also in their feels, and they're like, okay, cool, I give up too. When it's a man's job to say, I don't care what you feel, I'm gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna make it happen. Real quick, sorry, we have a super chat. I want to get to it, and I'll come back to you. Captain Caveman says, ladies, all the freedom that you have has been afforded. Damn, I can't read this because of the heart.
Has been afforded. Has
been given to you by men because of pussy power. No, it's just because I have a heart right here and I can't read it. But yeah, so essentially what he's saying is everything that you guys have right now is because of pussy power. Does that make sense to you?
Probably.
Ladies, look.
Well, and also every right that you have now has been given to you by men.
Yeah.
So just think about that. For
Okay,
a
so
second.
I always laugh when women come on and they're like, oh, you know, men and women are equal and we can do. We gave you rights. You guys didn't even have rights. We gave them, and I really think we could take them right back if we wanted to.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
Starting
I
today,
can't vote
ladies.
anymore.
Your rights are gone.
But I think the world would be a better place if we did take your rights away. I think
said
it would
no
be.
rights.
No, for sure. Because here's the thing: everything women do is by emotions. Like women even vote by emotions. Think about it. When Trump was in office, they found a way to get all the women to hate Trump, and all of a sudden Biden was voted in, and Biden is the worst president we've had since I can remember.
Yeah.
That dude, he don't even know who he is when he wakes up. Okay,
Sleepy Joe.
he doesn't.
he
Yo, shout out to you though,
literally-
Biden. Don't do anything to this channel, brother. We love you.
Sleepy Joe, man.
He's probably sleeping right
Joe,
now.
yeah,
he's probably sleeping right now.
knocked out.
What I'm saying is, it's just everything you guys do is by emotions, you know. But this applies to my daughter too. Like my daughter shouldn't have to worry about anything. I had a lady come in here one time. She said, "What if your daughter wants to grow up and be a CEO?" Okay, cool, she can do it. But my daughter has the option not to do it. See, the thing is, women are working because they have no choice. My daughter doesn't have to work. She has a father. I'm supposed to take care of her. My daughter can't be 15 talking about, oh, my dad doesn't pay. Bro, what? I failed.
So if she chooses to, for example, be a doctor, you'll tell her, oh, because you will have a career, you won't be valuable.
I love that you asked that.
I'm just asking.
She took the question right out of my mouth. Yeah. So if she's
I love
a CEO,
that you
she's
asked
not
that.
as valuable.
Well, here's the thing. You can't be a CEO and a doctor and also be a good wife and a good mother. You just can't. There's no way. There's too much work to be done there. And
But what if
only
you do that until you're a mom?
But that's the thing. Why would you do that until you're a mom?
Because you want to eat and you want to live a nice
because
life.
if you're a doctor, right? If you're going to doctor school, right? You're
I'm an
getting
engineer.
first of all, okay. So that takes years. How many years did it take you to do that?
4.
4 years. Okay. So in that time, you're not really open to really finding a good guy. You're so busy. Yeah, it's like I said, she's distracted.
So what
if she
do
was
people
distracted,
do?
listen, I bet you've probably met some good men, but you were so distracted in your work, in your school, in your studies, that you probably didn't even notice them. So you can't do that. And here's another thing, right? I've never had a CEO come on his show, and we've had thousands of girls on his show now. I've never had a CEO come on his show, or a doctor or anything like that. When these CEOs and these doctors have kids, they don't give a fuck about anything else besides their kids. It's amazing. They've worked all this time. They're in debt. They spent all this money to go to school, become doctors, lawyers. And when this baby's in their hands, they don't want to go back to work. They don't want to do anything but stay at home with their baby because that's the most important thing in the world. So it's crazy. It's like you guys are doing all this stuff for what? Like I'm actually trying to help you. I don't think you guys should be working. I don't think any woman should be slaving.
Facts. Real.
So
Yeah,
you-
can somebody hit that button?
So you should be
for real.
I mean, I don't like. Listen, you want to argue for it, fine. But why do you want a slave? You
No, I don't want to be a slave. But for example,
I'm
like
not saying actual slave. I'm saying like slaving at work.
Yeah, why would you want to work?
I don't. No, I don't. But like I don't know. Like when you finish school, like what you're supposed to do, just be there waiting. Oh, here I'm in a, like pick me.
You're from Venezuela. I'm actually pretty disappointed with you because Venezuelan women are traditionally. They're looking for men. Like they don't care, especially here in Miami. They're not looking to work. They're looking to be taken care of.
So how do you expect us to make something out of ourselves if you just want us to be sitting around taking care of
I
a
don't
child?
want you to make anything of
and
yourself.
We're not working. Okay, but what if we want to do it for ourselves, not to please them? Okay, at the end of the day, it's not that we're not trying not to be dependent from a man where they pay everything. Like, it's also a good thing for us to have shit for our own selves, and not when you're walking on the mall and you just call him like, hey, send me $100 because I like this cute necklace that I see.
Okay.
I want to be able to feel like, damn, what I own on me is if it makes you feel good to know that you were able to afford that, not somebody else afforded for you.
Okay.
Even if it's your man, your dad, because your father's love is not the same as your man's love.
Babe, if you could go to the Chanel store and buy yourself a Chanel bag with your own money, would that matter more to you than if I just went to the Chanel store, bought it for you, and brought it home for you? Which one would you rather?
You buying it for me?
Women, you can sit here, go to work, be able to buy yourself a car, a house, whatever you want, an expensive bag. It feels better when a man does it for you. Like, why are you arguing for that? Like, I don't get it.
But I'm not saying that you shouldn't. Okay, yeah, every man would feel good if they feel like they can give it to you. Okay, that's fine. But what about me? I want to feel like, just me personally, I want to feel like I can afford it, and that's why I'm getting it.
You
not
can
because,
afford it through me. I'll pay for it for you.
Okay, but it shouldn't be like that.
I got you.
100%.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I want to do it for myself.
I got you.
Now,
That
here's
has nothing
a-
to do with
Diana,
the man.
please don't punch me.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. But like I'm saying that we should also feel like we can afford it ourselves, and we doing it not for them, knowing that yes, you can buy it, but I want to buy it for myself.
Diana, I will transfer the money to your bank account. Okay, so then you can buy it, and then your name shows up on the receipt. Okay, is that cool? Then you bought it yourself.
But Diana, here's another thing that women don't take into consideration. Women tend to become victims of their own success. You can't sit here and be a big CEO, lawyer, or whatever it is, and think that you don't suffer from it. You're gonna suffer from your success. This is why, right? Because women are hypergamous. Like, we've had thousands of women at this table, and none of them ever say, I want a guy that makes less money than me. They always say, I need a guy that makes the same money as me or higher. Typically higher. They want a guy that makes more than them. I don't know what it is. They like men that make more money. So if you're making $200,000 a year, you will never date a guy that makes $50,000 a year. And even if you do, that relationship would never last because you're in charge. And most men don't want a woman who's in charge. You're a victim of your own success. I don't care if she worked at Taco Bell. I'd still date her, but I would never date her if she was a doctor because I know what comes with that. Like, in order for her to be a doctor, she had to go out there and compete. She had to be very masculine, right? Like, she had to fight for that. It wasn't given to her. Women don't just... I mean, you guys get given a lot more chances than we do, but typically you still have to work for your own shit. So why would I want a woman that's... Like, you can't go be a doctor, run a whole shift, then come home and turn it off for me. You just can't. And I wouldn't want you to.
I'm not saying, like I said, yes, you can buy me shit. Yeah, of course. I mean, who's not going to want their own man to give them shit? But like I said... I'm just doing it for me, not because of my man. I know I can ask him whatever, but it doesn't always have to be 100% that he has to pay for every damn meal, for everything that you have, buy, or whatever.
Okay,
One thing I will say from being in a relationship with a man where I was making more money than him was that we fought every single day, and like a part of it was also because it's like he didn't like the fact that I was making more money than him. Like, it just like it made him feel ill inside for some reason.
It demasculated him.
Yeah, like, and I never demasculated him or was disrespectful to him, but the fact that I was the one providing for us and he was not made our relationship.
But he was your girlfriend.
Yeah,
he was your girlfriend, and he listen, and the thing is, and he knew that too, because men just know it. We know when we feel weak. Like, if my girl ever paid for any of my dinners, I would feel weak. I would
and you
feel
can't
bad.
enjoy the dinner
I
or
cannot.
nothing because I'm paying and you're not. You're like getting mad. Like,
And I would be ashamed.
It just never worked.
I would be ashamed. I would say my girlfriend paid for my dinner, right?
And here's the problem, Diana, because okay, let's say you make all this money, you make whatever 100K a year. Y'all don't buy the shit that you get, like you go and buy your Chanel bag for yourself and then go, all right, I'm done. You keep making more money. Then you want to be more successful. Then now you're making 150. And like he said, you're becoming a victim of your own success. The more money you make, the harder it is for you to find a guy.
Not
So
only
my-
that, but think about what she sacrificed in order to earn money to buy this bag.
Right.
It doesn't make
It's not
any
just-
sense.
I'm sorry. It's not only about making the money. It's just fulfilling your dreams or fulfilling
Okay,
what
but
you
when
want to do.
Right, but when you fulfill your dreams, okay, you're done. My whole point is you ladies don't have a
You have to be
stopping
happy
point.
with yourself to
You-
make another
yeah,
happy.
but again, we talk about happiness. Happiness is infinite. It
Okay.
keeps going. The problem is you ladies don't pick a point. I'm going to be a hoe till I'm 23 and I'm going to stop. You keep fucking going. I'm going to make this much money and you stop. There's no stopping point for you ladies. You keep fucking going and then you fucking basically push yourself out of the dating market.
Yeah.
You go way too long. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Ladies,
it's not a competition.
I guess what I would say real quick before we move on, we have some super chats. If I was a woman, I just, why would I, knowing that I have the ability to get with a guy that's going to take care of me, why would I sit here and say, but I want to be able to buy it for myself? I want to be able to go to work and slave and go be someone's, employee and have them boss me around and tell me when I can go to my mom's birthday and when. But why? When a guy can literally just provide it for you, it makes no sense. Yeah. It's like life is already hard. Why am I going to make it harder for myself? I want to get to the super chats real quick. Shout out to the super chatters. We have one from Lord Peachy. He says, women set the rules and men play the game. Women become more masculine and men have 3 options. Passport bros, which is you can leave the country, find a woman somewhere else, become more feminine, that's number 2, or overpower these women, that results in prison. Okay, cool. So I see what you're trying to say there, right there, bro. Those are actually really good choices right there. I think most men go the feminine route. They tend to just kind of adapt to their environment. There's more women becoming masculine and more men are saying, well, if my girl is willing to pay for half the rent, I'm going to let her. That is a very feminine trait from a man. You never want your man saying pay 50-50. If your man and you are paying 50-50 for rent, you don't have a man, you have a roommate. You have a roommate, ladies, okay? That man should be paying for all your stuff, everything. He should be paying for everything, whatever you want, nails, hair. I think you'd be very feminine if a guy came to your life and paid for all your shit, but you want to pay for it yourself. Real quick, we have another one from Basil Ortiz. He says, shout out to my boy Basil. He says, women are prospering and have such a good life because we have patriarchy. Men build the world and women just live in it. Ladies, who builds the world?
Man. Say it, ladies. Come on.
Men. I'm sorry.
There you go. Say it with your chest, damn it.
It's okay, ladies. Ladies, it's okay to admit it, okay? There's also really good things that women do. Like, I can't sit here and say that women don't do great things. They do. Okay? You guys take care of kids. You guys are teachers. Like, you guys play a really big role in society, right? But men run the world. That's a fact. Shout out, Rick, hold that. Shout out to Crypto. He says, another super chat. According to studies, it's estimated that 45% of women ages 25 to 44 years old will be single and childless by 2030. So go ahead and keep pretending you're independent. You'll end up like the one in red. Okay?
45%?
45%. Listen.
She seems happy.
That's
She
a
says she's
crazy
happy.
Oh yeah. See, listen.
She's
under that age.
A few days ago, I
She's
posted.
pretending.
A few days ago, I posted a story about Stewie. Shout out to Stewie. He goes home. He's like, yo, I'm 40 years old. I'm single. I have 2 puppies, and he goes home and he cries. Okay, this is what happened. No one will ever come on here and give you their real face card. No one, because we're in front of cameras, there's people watching, and nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be vulnerable. But at the end of the night, when you're going to sleep and it's just you by yourself, you know what you're really going through. Okay, I'm actually very honest with the people that watch this show. From day one, I always said I was going to be authentic. I tell them, I was homeless, I went to prison, my mom gave me up, I had a fucked up childhood. I tell them everything because I believe, just like Eminem, when you use your shit and you tell it to people, they can't use it against you. They cannot use it. No one can come here and be like, oh, you were homeless. Yeah, I know. I told everybody. The fuck? Like, no one can I believe in that. That is my power. I'm very honest with people. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be respected. So, ladies, they did a study. This is how bad you guys are going. They did a study, and they said that big companies, big corporations, they're investing into cat food. What's that fucking animal website? Something with a C. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
So it's basically animal food. Like, they're investing into all these things.
Chewy?
Yeah.
Chewy. They're investing into all these companies
I used to
because
work for them.
because they understand that the way women are going, you guys are gonna end up single, without kids, without being married. Because they're investing into this right now. Think about it, 2030. That's a few years away, but they're investing into those stocks right now because they're saying, we know the way women are going, they're going to end up like this. They're going to end up miserable. So shout out to you, ladies.
But
Wait, so you're
can I say
saying
something? Like, I don't know. I've also met a lot of people that has a partner, but they are just miserable because it's a toxic relationship. I understand the possibilities and everything, but I know this is not the general and the exception. It's not the same, but I'd rather be alone with my dog than in a toxic relationship and not having peace of mind. That's
We hear that all the time. Buy a dog, die alone.
probably. Yeah.
And so you're not, but that's not anything special. A lot of women say that I would rather die with my cats and my dogs than be with you. And I mean, look, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But my whole thing is a lot of women that say what you're saying, they have a lot to say to other women, and they give women bad advice. If you want to buy a dog and die alone, then don't give advice to other women. Just go with your cats and your dogs, and then don't say anything anyway.
and die?
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, love yourself. I don't know.
also wanted to mention that this concept that you're projecting about women not being too independent, it seems a little misleading because, I mean, me myself, like growing up, like from both of my father figures and even the men in my life from family have all suggested, you need to go to school, be independent, have a career, because when the right person comes along, they want a woman that is intellectual and established so they can build from that ground up.
They failed you. And this is why. A real man doesn't need his woman to build with. A real man would say, and I've told her this before, I've looked at her in the eyes and I said, whatever you want in life, whatever it is that we're going to do, I will work 2 jobs. I will work 3 jobs to get it. You will never have to do that. Listen, if you want to do something on the side, cool, whatever. But it's not because you need to. That's the worst advice.
It's about having a hobby.
It's the worst advice you can give a woman. When a woman, ladies, I get a lot of, look, after the show, I get DMs. Misogynist, I hope you die, blah, blah. Like, I just tell you ladies what I would tell my daughter. I don't think you should work. I don't think you should work. I don't think that you should go 50-50 with a guy. I think you should just live a good life. I think being a woman is hard. I think you should, I mean, being a man is harder, but being a woman is hard too. What I'm saying is building a career, building, whatever, a foundation for yourself, it hurts you in the long run. It's like I told her, you're going to be distracted. You're going to want a guy, like there's probably guys right now, you're 27 and single. There's probably guys right now that make $50,000 a year. They would take you and they would worship you. They would worship you, but you would never look at them. You would never look at a guy that's probably 5'6" and makes, $50,000. You want the guy that's $100,000 a year, maybe $150,000 a year, and he's a certain, like you want, your expectations, ladies, are, imagine, I mean, I got lucky, right? I got an attractive girlfriend, but what if I was like, I'll only date a supermodel? But that's not realistic, ladies. That's not realistic.
Wrong, I would take a guy that makes $50,000.
Well, we have a lot of them in the chat.
That, if he is that person for me. And also, but again, for me, I would probably, ideally, I need a man that is able to make enough, in the sense, because I'm a type 1 diabetic, actually. So medically, I have created a foundation for myself where I can take care of myself financially because of the health issues that I have. I don't have health issues, but because of what I have to come out of pocket for financially.
That's not cheap either.
So I've done this. as a choice because I don't have a choice, you know, and I am independent because
you
So
have
you
two
have to
father
understand-
figures in your life, and it sucks, man. It really does. My father walked out before I was born, but I knew I wanted to give my kids something better than I had, right? Like people either like if you have a fucked up childhood, you end up either repeating the cycle, or you say, "Yo, that shit was so fucked up. I don't want my kids to go through that." And so that's who I am. I'm like, I don't want my kids to go through that. So I'm telling my daughter, you shouldn't live. This is what I would tell my daughter. If a guy ever asks you to pay for anything, run. Right? Like I believe in the traditional roles. A man is a man, a woman is a woman, and I believe that it is a man's job. It is his duty to take care of a woman. Period. And it is your woman to submit to that guy. It is your duty to submit to that guy and to say, I'm letting you lead. I will be here to support you. I will be here to back you up. But, you know, it's like you said earlier. I think it was, I don't know if it was you or you. One of you guys were like, why don't you talk to men? Most men don't really care about this message, ladies. Most men don't. But here's the thing. You guys are so powerful that if all the ladies in the world right now said, we're only dating guys that make $100,000 a year, it would be amazing how many guys would immediately all of a sudden want to make $100,000 a year.
It's funny that you say that because I want to say that maybe 90% of the women you have had on this podcast have all come on here and said, I don't want my man to sleep with another woman, right? So why are there still men who are like, oh, well, I can cheat. It's fine. I still love my girlfriend.
Okay, but let me tell you why.
90% of women that come on this podcast don't want that.
But 90% of those women go back out there and still allow it. 90% of those women go back out into the world and don't stand up on what they say.
Okay, but then you say that we shouldn't leave our man because they cheated.
But hold on, ladies. What's more important, having a man or not having a man? That's what we're talking about. If you are single and you're fucking around with different dudes, you're fucking a dude that has a girlfriend or has a wife most of the time. Y'all are so worried about being cheated on. It's so weird. Would you rather be single? Basically, if you're single and you're still sexually active, you're fucking a dude that has other girls. You're still in a bad position.
Correct.
The better position is to have the dude. The better position is to have the dude, have the resource, and has everything. And if he cheats on you, it doesn't matter. That's better than being single and getting fucked.
Wait, hold on. She has a point, and then I'll go to you. Go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is that if he cheats on you, he does not fucking love you.
That's
period.
false. False.
Okay,
false.
You're not a man, so you can't say that. Okay, now we're not condoning it. Again, I'm not sitting here saying, guys, go cheat on your girlfriends. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't say that. But I'm saying if a guy cheats on you, listen, if a guy is monogamous to you, he's fighting against his own biology. He's literally, he honors you so much, he's saying, I'm fighting against my own biology. I'm fighting against who I am. We were created to just spread our seed. That's literally what we were created to do. Okay, you have something you wanted to say.
Okay, so by allowing cheating, you don't think that there's health risks involved with that?
Absolutely.
So me as a woman, if I'm allowing my husband to cheat, I'm also allowing the possibility of me contracting a disease.
I
because
agree.
Not only that, there's a lack of transparency with people now. And it's an embarrassment for some people that have contracted something sexually, but they're not being open about what they have. Therefore, they're spreading these things onto people. Like, for example, somebody that has herpes, I'm sorry if, anyone has it, but
yeah, sorry,
it
Diana.
can get that. Herpes doesn't just affect somebody generally or orally.
Yeah.
Herpes can be on your leg, on your arm, and blood work doesn't tell you where the herpes is exactly. So some people don't get breakouts, but they could have a breakout and they don't know.
Okay, so but what your point is what if he cheats and you get an STD? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes.
I'm trying to understand.
What she's saying is that the
it's
chance...
not even like an STD.
I'm
like if they cheat with someone who, like, let's say has the flu or something like that, and then they come home and they want to crawl into bed with me. Now I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get the flu or I'm going to get a cold because you felt You felt the need to go sleep with someone else. You always say that we women think with our feelings, but isn't wanting to have sex with someone who isn't your girlfriend a feeling?
Okay. But see, here's the thing. It's not a feeling. We're wired that way, right?
Yes.
Like a lion can only be a lion. He's wired that way. Like he can't. He's not all of a sudden gonna act. He's not gonna act like a zebra. He's wired to be a lion. Again, we don't tell men to cheat. We don't. We're not. And here's another thing too. If a guy does cheat on his girl, right? He's gonna go out there and he's gonna try a new girl, right? He's gonna get a new girl. But also when he gets home, he's gonna have a new wife. Because she's going to change. She's going to feel some type of way. She's going to feel regret. She's going to feel remorse. She's going to feel some type of hate for him in a way, right? And she's going to change his attitude towards him. So that's why we don't tell men to go cheat. Because I understand what happens but here's the thing. All I'm saying is, and I think this is what we're saying. If a guy does cheat, don't just leave him because he cheated. You're going into the market where you're going to be dating only cheaters anyways. So why not just stay with this guy?
And we're telling you that it doesn't mean we don't love you. Like if I sit here and say the train's gonna run you over at 5, we're telling you the train's gonna run you over at 5. It's like we talk to you women, we say what we feel, and you don't give a fuck about what we feel.
But also,
you want us to be open to you. We're telling you if we cheat, we still love you. It does not mean we don't love you. Just let it sink for a second.
Cut them up into little pieces and put everything in the will.
Real quick, ladies, hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to give a special shout out to our new member. It's Ninzi Wondin. Shout out to you, brother, man. Much love. Thanks for supporting us, bro. I'm gonna have to learn that name, brother.
Can you read that again?
Yeah,
one more time.
We gotta
sound like this. Hold on.
Shout out to you, brother, man. We support you, man.
Come on, Eric.
It's Ninzing Wondin. Shout out to you, brother, man.
Yeah, we
Much
gotta
love, man.
soundbite that.
We appreciate you so much. Okay, so what were you gonna go say?
I did want to ask. So, do you think that part of the cheating is due to something that you feel like you're lacking out of the relationship? Like, isn't that something that you can communicate with your spouse? Like, hey, like you said, spice up the sex. Why isn't that being communicated? You know, I do think that women do have a job too with their partner. Like, we should be sexual with our partner. We should be doing that.
Sexually satisfying our partner.
So I absolutely agree with that.
The whole entire show, you've had some really good questions, and you don't strike me as like a naive woman. I think you're pretty smart. I don't know why you're single. That's a red flag. But no, I think that's a
I'm
really
not the problem.
That's a really well. So all the men are the problem. Okay. Well, okay. So I think that's a really good question, though. But here's the thing, too, right? When you get in a relationship, things change, and you're right. Women should be sexual, but a lot of women, what they'll say is, "Oh, I don't feel like having sex today. Oh, not right now, baby. Oh, I'm on my period, baby. Oh," and then you wonder why men are like, "Okay, cool. Well, the shorty at CVS, was feeling me."
But me
right?
being on my period makes you
No,
go cheat. It's so crazy.
that wasn't the only example that I gave. I'm saying in general.
Wait, real quick. Would you fuck a girl on her period?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's not a
but
problem.
not just any girl. Because having sex during your period, that's a very unique connection right there. I wouldn't. Don't just sleep with anybody on their period.
Okay, but would you sleep with your girl on her period?
Yeah, I mean, if it's my significant other, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying is, I don't have that problem. Like, there's a lot of women that use sex to manipulate men. Oh well, if you wash the dishes.
I'll suck your dick.
You guys are
No,
laughing.
I was
but
supposed to wash the dishes. The fuck?
But that's what a lot of women do. That is what I'm saying. If you take the trash out, if we do this, if you take me here, it's not a bargaining chip. It is your duty, ladies. It is your duty to give us sex. I know that sounds fucked up, and oh my God, it's slavery. It is your job, absolutely. I don't care how you feel. If I want sex, I'm gonna get sex. But isn't that grape? Isn't that grape? No, it's not. You're my woman. You're my woman. I would die for you. I'd take a bullet from you, right? I'd take one for you right now, and you're telling me you don't want to have sex with me?
Well, and that should kind of be a man's, I guess, like, red flag. Like, this isn't the girl for me if she's not willing to be that for me. If she's withholding sex from you, or if she's like,
but it changes, is what I'm
but-
saying. It change. Like a woman won't meet a guy and stop having sex after a month. Usually it happens after 2 years, 3 years together. Things get a little bit boring, right? And or maybe, and this is, I'm a big believer in this. If you're with a woman and you're going to work, you're working 9-10 hours a day, and your girl's coming to work 8-9 hours a day. When she gets home, she doesn't want to fuck. She doesn't want to have sex. She just went out there and competed in the world. She's tired, bro. And it's you deserve that. You don't deserve the sex. She shouldn't have to give you, because a woman should be in her feminine role. Like, I should be slaving all day, and when I get home, you should be like, damn, I missed you all day. Come here. Right?
Yeah.
You can't be that if you're working 10 hours and you just sat here. And then also at work, you have guys that are hitting on you. It's not a good look. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm a little bit traditional in that sense, but it is your job, ladies, to please your man. It is your job.
It says in the Bible too. Literally, God says it. You're supposed to please your men sexually, even on the days you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Like, God says that on the Bible.
He also talks about loyalty, no?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he does.
But they also say that they don't condone cheating. But also in the Bible, God says to stick the family together. So if something does happen, or one time he did step out, you're not supposed to leave your whole family because somebody made a mistake. In the Bible, it says together
Just
you
on
can
the male
repent the
side?
sin.
Just on the male side, but you're saying that if woman cheats, that's over.
Oh, absolutely.
Blasphemy.
But the reason why
in
they
the
say
Bible, what it says in the Bible.
Absolutely.
Well, the reason why,
Blasphemy.
first of all, women in the Bible are precious. They're gracious. So if you do step out as a woman, you're no longer precious or
Your body is
gracious.
a
You're no
temple.
longer worth
You're a
of
Jezebel.
marriage.
There it is. That's the word we've been waiting for. The Jezebel word.
But as God also acknowledges the fact that men they can get that urge to maybe one time do step out,
Well,
and together as a family you're supposed to pray together and repent that sin.
I find it funny when women bring up the Bible and they talk throughout the Bible, even in the Old Testament, whatever, the New Testament, pharaohs and kings and men were always having multiple women. That it wasn't like men in the Bible weren't sleeping around. They were sleeping around more than
King
than
David?
anything I would know.
They were going
Like
crazy.
but still, the women understood, this is a good guy. I'm gonna stay by him. Like throughout the age of time, we've always done that, ladies. It's just today in society where women are like, oh no, men shouldn't do this. Men have been doing this since the age of time. And another thing, to your point, is different. If a woman cheats on her man, it's absolutely haram. There's no coming back from that.
So what? So men can make mistakes, women
Oh
can't.
no, it ain't a mistake.
Because no,
It depends on the
because
mistake.
this is the thing that you guys are not understanding. This is why modern women are so, I guess, in a sense, narcissistic, because you believe that equality goes for absolutely everything.
No,
if a
I
man
don't.
can do it, so should you be able to do it. That what they're trying to make you guys understand is that when it comes to your biological side of the human self, men want to have more sex. Men want to be able to conquer more girls because that's just how they're biologically wired to do. Women are not biologically wired to do the same thing. They're biologically wired to find the best mate out there and stick to that mate, create a family union that you can nurture, care for, and do all of that. Men don't think the same way as do. You can go out there. If you compare your sexual desires to a man's sexual desires, they're completely different.
Yeah.
That's why they say, "Oh, I can have sex with a girl today, and I don't give a fuck what happens to her tomorrow," because we don't work the same way.
Yeah,
and
ladies,
if you do work the same way, you're completely lost. in the
Ladies,
world.
when you're in love with a guy, you don't see other guys. You don't care.
Yeah,
you don't want to fuck
100%.
other guys. You don't, like, we still might be on a date with you and we're still going to look at that girl that walks by. Damn, she got a fat ass.
Yep.
It just, we can't help
But that's
ourselves.
it. And as soon as she entered the frame, she left it too.
Right. She's
right?
gone.
Like you could be at the mall, see a baddie walk by. Oh, she's cute. Okay, cool. She's gone. Never think about her again.
Right.
It
Who
doesn't
cares?
matter. That's just the way we're wired. Okay. Now, women, however, when a woman is in love, the way the guy eats, the way he smells, the way he walks, the way he does everything is just so
The
beautiful.
way he
to her.
takes a shit.
The way,
Whoa,
bro,
okay.
no, dead ass though.
Like
I'm
you
serious.
want to
That ass,
smell
bro.
their stink
Bro,
so bad.
it's
the
so
stink
weird,
smells
bro.
so
She'll
good.
walk in the bathroom after I take a shit, and bro, it's weird. It's like, bro, when a woman is in love, her man could do nothing wrong. It's so but women don't sit here and say, I love this man so much, but damn, that guy's cute. It doesn't happen like that. And if you are able to look at another guy and say, oh, he's cute, then you don't love your man.
Yeah, you don't.
That's just the way that it is, ladies. I have a super chat real quick from Basil. He says, shout out to Basil, man. Much love. He says, ladies, men are biologically designed to spread our seed. Women are biologically designed to find the best mate. How about y'all stop being hypocritical and stop dating down? He says y'all can't because of biology. Okay, cool.
I think he meant instead of stop dating down, start dating down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So start dating down. So he's saying what I gave you earlier. Date a guy who's a regular guy, makes $50K, and he'll take care of you. He'll love you.
But I have a point. So you say to take a look at the guy who makes $50K, and she said she would. I would too. Like, but at that point in this day and age,
I know
$50K don't get you.
That was
shit.
just an example to make.
So the woman is also gonna have to have a job too, because two people or a family of, let's say the husband, the wife, and let's say they have 2 kids, cannot live off $50K
That's a really
year.
good point. But $50K is a lot in every other part of the world that's not Miami, New York, LA, or a major city. $50K in North Dakota, you're good.
Yeah, it's a good amount of money.
I get what you're saying. I just gave an example. What I'm saying is, of course, first of all, if you're in Miami, you're making $50K, step your game up, guys. There's so many ways you could literally make money in Miami doing anything. Okay, step your game up. So I get what you're saying. I'm not saying go for the guy that's $50K. I guess what I'm saying is go for a modest, just a decent guy, right? Like, he doesn't have to be a millionaire. He doesn't have to make $500,000 a year. He could be a regular guy. Outside of Miami, $50K is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay,
And settle for that life.
What?
Well, I'm sorry. But what do you bring? What do you bring that deserves a better life?
I don't know. I cook. I do my best to look good. I feel like I'm very honest. I'm a good person, and like, I don't know. Like, do I have to like just settle for someone with a life that I might not want to live?
Here's the thing.
I'd rather be alone than that.
Here's the thing. You're 30 years old, right? And there's billions of you out there that do the same thing that you just named. What's special about you? I just said earlier, for every 3 women in the world, there's 1 man. And even then, your choices are lower than that. Because there's just less men than there are women. So you guys all want the best guys, but you guys can't get those. You're spending your whole lives trying to find these guys. Just go for the average guys. I'm sorry, you're 30, you cook, you clean, but guess what? So does a 22-year-old.
Not many people. But
what I'm saying is a 22-year-old can do the same things you... Bro, learning how to clean is not that hard. Going on TikTok and following the recipe is not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard. You really like, and what you don't understand is you're 30. You can't compete with a 22-year-old anymore. You cannot. You can't.
No, it's okay. I get it. It's okay.
Okay, cool. I'm just glad we agree on that. What's up?
So I did also want to bring up what you had stated then previously about basically because of women that there's going to be there's statistically a lack of production.
Well, make that make sense.
Production, how?
What kind of production?
Population wise. Oh. Because of women being so independent and not wanting to be in a relationship and marriage, there is a lack of population.
Yes, okay.
But I did also want to mention that isn't the only reason. That's not wrong. That's incorrect.
Okay. What's the other reason?
So actually, I want you to go on your phone real quick and Google this.
What's up?
By 2040, what is the sperm count?
2040 sperm count.
By 2040, what is the sperm count?
Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Hold on. It says
I know exactly
Dr.
what you're
Swan
talking
says at current trends, it's on track to hit 0 between 2040 and 2045.
I need to have a
What
baby.
does that mean? These are median sperm counts, which means half the men in Western countries will have no sperm. Okay,
Not me,
cool.
motherfucker.
So
Not my sperm.
hold on.
What are you talking about?
So
jar that
real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna let you finish and then I'll rebut. Go ahead.
So this is where it goes down to what I had stated earlier, that after you graduate high school, it is your job as an individual to educate yourself financially, morally, and also your lifestyle, your health. Your health is so important. And this goes back to a simple factor, water. What is in the water, because you're not drinking water that is purified correctly, it is causing men to be infertile, therefore in the future.
How many infertile men have you ever met in your life?
I don't, none.
This is
I think
because
I'm
it's
pretty
supposed to
fertile.
That's like
transpire.
body
I've never-
count. People
This is-
I've
Don't go
listen
around
every
like, hey.
listen every other month. For some reason, I'll read on Google, this month something amazing is gonna happen with the moon and the sun and the stars. It's never happened before. It's like every other month it's happened. It's like what the like, I don't believe in that. I really don't. First of all, it only takes one sperm cell to make a baby. Okay, we don't need millions. Now, when we come, we understand there's a lot of them coming out, right? We only need one. And I will say that men should definitely start taking care of themselves a lot more, like the way we eat, and you know.
Definitely.
But then also too, like that's the government's fault. What they're putting in the food nowadays is horrible.
That's where I'm saying, though, it is your job as an individual to educate yourself. You need to educate yourself. You need to be aware about what's going on.
even
with
if even
the
if what,
government and-
even if what you're saying is true, the only people that are going to benefit from that are men, because the men that are able to have kids, they're going to be even more wanted, right? They're going to be even they're already the top percent. Now they're going to basically be gold, right? So I don't think we'll ever get to the point in human history that we'll not be able to have kids.
You should.
I'm doing some research. This is actually really
And
terrible.
If we get there, then I'm pretty sure they'll do something to save the few that can and ship them to Mars or something like that.
I don't
Right?
want the few that can. They're probably not.
Hey, listen. But here's the thing, though. You see what you just said?
I'm sorry.
You don't want the ones that can, because at that point, it's not about what you want. It's about duty.
True.
It's about duty. It's about saving the human race, right?
Yeah, continuing
The
Keep
lineage,
going.
right? When Russia invaded Ukraine, do you think those men wanted to go to war? It's their duty to go to war. All the women came here to Miami. They're fucking at Vendome and they're clubbing and shit on
Right.
yachts. Guess what the men are doing? Fighting for that country. It is their duty to fight for that country. So it's not about what you want, ladies. You live off what you want, how you feel. That's a bad way to do it. Real quick, man, we got a super chat from Alan Webb. Shout out to you, brother. He says, ladies, if you force a high-value man to suppress his biological urge to exercise options, at some point, he will start to go soft, not be as aggressive, ambitious, or motivated as he was in the beginning. Shout out to him. That's actually a pretty good point. We'll get to that in a second. We have another, oh shit, my boy Crypto. He's gifting memberships. Shout out to you, brother. Much love. Make sure you guys turn your settings on so you can accept those. Much love to you, Crypto, man. We really appreciate you. So, ladies, do you agree with what Alan Webb says? It's crazy. You guys already forgot what Alan Webb said. I just read that 2 seconds ago. Can anybody repeat what Alan Webb said?
He said, ladies, if you have
She's reading it. She's reading it. Yeah, you
Yo,
fucked up.
But low-key, I did
you
hear.
fucked
I
up.
did hear.
We-
He said
we-
if you have to suppress, if you make a man suppress his urges, his dick will be soft. He won't be as masculine, and I forgot the third one.
so there'll be a drop in testosterone.
Yeah.
A man dies when he's no longer in motion. Okay? If there's a saying, if you're not moving, you're dying. If you're not moving, you're dying. And that goes for anything. You go home, lay on a couch, watch Netflix for a whole week, you're going to get fat. Your body's... it just happens. If you're not moving, you're dying. So I do understand what Alan Webb is saying. And to an extent, I do agree. It's just... I think what's happening is... Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you can go ahead if you want. I think what's happening is, in today's society, men are taking their roles seriously. I think that's what's happening. I think as men we need to step up. You can go ahead. Don't worry. And then I just think that we need to take our roles as men more seriously. And how long are you gonna be gone?
I just need to get.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Okay. Oh, we'll finish the show now. Anyways, it's all good. Yeah. Okay, cool. Do we have any other super chats? I think that's it. Listen, real quick before we get out of here, ladies. I want to thank you guys for coming. Sorry, guys, we have a medical emergency going on here. Listen, guys, before we get out of here, this panel was amazing.
Yeah.
The viewers were amazing. The questions were amazing. The super chats were amazing. The new viewers, thank you guys so much, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We have a dope ass show tomorrow.
Oh
We'll
my
see you
God,
guys tomorrow night. Stay
Tune in
tuned.
tomorrow.
Follow me at your holy.
Oh no.